yourself in and get ready. The leaders in BBL SuperCoach are incoming. Running in off the back fence to give you the ultimate insight to help you dominate your mates and climb up in the rankings. You're now listening to the Insight BBL Show with your hosts, Brain and Horse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Insight BBL Show. Tonight, I am the host, the horse. The great man next to me has let me take in the steering wheel tonight, Braino. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. There's a bit of Mark Howard about your horse, I reckon. So you're definitely much more suited to host the commentary, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Well, okay, let's cover that. And with us as well for his second appearance, he did so well the first time. We thought, why not bring him back again? Deadly. Welcome, mate.
Oh, yeah, pretty good. Living the dream. SuperCoach team's going very average, so I suppose I'm going better than my own SuperCoach team, and I guess we'll take it.
Yeah, nice. And it's good to see that finally the man from New South Wales was able to afford a light bulb in his room, and we can see who we're talking to tonight. So thank you, mate. It's nice to see you. But for those of you that are joining us tonight, a couple of rounds ago, we decided to jump on and give some SuperCoach direct commentary in regards to the cricket that's going on. And it was a massive hit. Over 300 people tuning in for the live. Plenty of positive feedback that we got from that. So we're like, let's do this again. So tonight, we've got some stubbies. We've got some jokes. We're going to crack straight into the game. So tonight, it's between the Strikers, the Adelaide Strikers, and the Brisbane Heat. Brisbane Heat, Braino, alongside Perth, would you say that they'd have the best bowling attack in the BBL?
Yeah, 100%. The thing with the Brisbane Heat, though, is that I reckon they've severely underperformed this year, and I think it's probably been more via the bat than ball, but they just haven't looked the Brisbane Heat of last year when they obviously took it out. So, yeah, they've got a point to prove, and they're coming back into a pretty tough matchup against the Strikers tonight with Matt Short coming back after a couple of game layoffs. So, yeah, the bowlers are going to have to step up for one, but it's the batsmen that are going to have to do the job, I think.
No, you're right. So as we see here, Matt Short is opening the batting with Chris Lynn. Alex Carey at 3. Geez, that just solidifies their batting lineup. Jamie Overton at 6. Darcy Short, interesting, at 7. He's been demoted, even though he's been in some all right form this year. Liam Haskett and Jordan Buckingham in as well for the Strikers, Deadly. What can you tell me about Haskett and or Buckingham?
I can't tell you much about Haskett because I actually haven't seen much of him, but Buckingham, I can tell you he's bloody good, and I'm surprised it even took this long for him to get a run at the Strikers. His shield stats are impeccable, and yeah, he'll perform tonight. I reckon he takes 1 or 2 poles.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we saw in the preseason that Buckingham was opening the bowling for Australia. That game where Constas went off and then eventually got picked for the Australian side out of. So yeah, they have taken their time getting him in, but with Lynn and Short opening the batting at Adelaide Oval, Braino, we saw the Sydney Sixers just go mental with Steve Smith leading the way, getting 220 plus and winning by, I think it was 15 runs in the end there at the SCG. What do you think the Strikers need to get here to not so much feel comfortable, but for it to be an uphill task for the Heat?
Look, I think obviously the Heat have been struggling this year with the bat, like I mentioned. So I think anything above 170 is probably competitive. And we know the Adelaide Oval to be an incredibly good batting wicket for the most part. So, I think 170 plus, they feel pretty good about it. But then when you're coming in with Buckingham and Haskett, who haven't played a game yet this year, there's a lot, you probably need a few more runs on the board there to allow for that. No Henry Thornton tonight's an interesting omission as well. So, yeah, they're going to need some runs on the board. I'd say that with this flat wicket, 180 plus is probably acceptable.
As we see Michael Nessa with the new ball, I, for one, brought him in this week. I think he's got a really good role moving forward for the rest of the BBL. We'll bowl in the opening overs, bowl surge and bowl death. So as we see there, nice little out swinger to Matt Short, and he's straight on the front foot, punching one through cover for 2. So, Braino, I know as a bit of a pod play, you brought him in this week.
Yeah. IJ's been harassing me for what my trades have been because I just thought I'd play a bit of cat and mouse with him. I've got him head-to-head in one of our head-to-head leagues, and he's like, "Oh, I know your team," but I'm like, "Yeah, but do you know my final trades?" Because I had one up the sleeve. I ended up going with Matt Short captain this week, so I just thought, "Fuck it, I'm just going to send it." I'm in 50th overall. I've had a pretty ordinary start to this round, so I thought maybe I can make up some ground here with a pod. Matt Short, and there's a beautiful shot off his pads there, as we expect from Matt Short, one bounce for four. Matt Short, we expect, great things from him, and I think he started quite cold throughout this season, and I ended up fading him at the start of the season, thankfully, but I thought, you know what, now's the time. Everyone's gone to Overton. I'm going to go to sub 10% owned in the top 1%, Matt Short, throw the big C on him, and see if I can make up some ground. So, I mean, not a bad start from him so far. He's hit two pretty cleanly out of the middle.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice, doesn't it? And you know that he's in good form when he is just cleanly striking the ball off his pads like that. So a good start there as he rotates the strike with Chris Lynn about to face his first ball. Deadly, have you got any big name players from either of these two in your team?
Yeah, I got a few. I got Nessa, I got Spencer Johnson. They're two pretty well-owned players by now. Who else have I even got? And then that's actually it. That's all I've got. I haven't even got any strikers.
That's all you've got?
That's all I got.
No strikers?
No strikers.
Wow. So you've faded Jamie Overton. As we see Nessa, Chris Lynn off the first rock dancing the deck.
Oof,
and that's gotten through the field and through for four. So the strikers starting very positive early, none for four off the first four balls, both Lynn and Short finding the boundary early. What's the thought process, Deadly, behind you fading, Matt Short for one, even though you're probably the captain of the Fade Short Club, but two, Jamie Overton, who between the both of them, they'd be well over 60% owned in the community.
Yeah, probably. I've probably taken the captaincy off Braino after he's, backstabbed me by taking Matt Short this week. Absolutely rude. No, but the thought process behind it is, I would have had to trade out someone who I just wouldn't want to trade out. Like the guys I have are guys I want to keep for the rest of the season.
Yep.
And I don't want to trade in someone like an Overton who's going in round 9. Everyone I want to get right now, I want to have till the end of the season. And Matt Short I just simply couldn't afford. It's just about it.
Yeah, I've got some quick stats for both of you and those of you playing at home. Jamie Overton's ownership now is at 28.7%, which is 3.5% more than what we had at the start of the year. Matt Short's is only 22.7%. His ownership has gone down 29.1% from the start of the year, believe it or not.
Jesus.
I'm not surprised. I mean, obviously he was out for a couple of games there. I know that you tried to hold him as long as you can, which could have worked out beautifully if he came back early, but unfortunately he left you stranded there. But yeah, I'm hoping most people got off. That's the only reason I got him. I think if we came into this round and Matt Short was 50, 60, 70% owned by the top 1% of teams, I probably wouldn't have gone there. But when you can pick up the best player in SuperCoach over the last 3 years at sub 10% ownership in the top teams, that's you just can't say no to that. But I tell you what, I'm scared shitless of fading Jamie Overton tonight. I'm very concerned. I'm also a Spencer Johnson and Michael Nisa owner. So I've got my bowlers bowling against my guy tonight, which is definitely red flag for SuperCoach. Probably not recommended.
You still own, you sold Chris Lynn, didn't you?
I did. It was a 1 week play for me, Chris Lynn. I missed out on the 49 he got the week after he went ballistic, but as he slashes one, pretty loose shot. Over. But it looks like Chris Lynn really early is trying to kind of dictate terms here and come down the wicket and kind of nullify maybe the Brisbane Heat's back of a length bowling by trying to get to them on a step hit. So
good.
Pretty good tactic so far from Chris Lynn to just take it to them, knowing how good of a bowling attack these guys are.
Good pickup. Out of the 3 balls he's faced so far, twice he's come down the deck and tried to be aggressive. So you're spot on with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough watch, I think, fading Overton. The good thing is you don't have to fade. Well, I don't have to fade Overton and Short. Deadly's going to be sitting there shitting bricks, I think, for a while until Short gets out.
Yeah, I'm waiting until Short gets out, then I'll get up and about.
Yeah, so that'll be after the 20th.
Very intently.
After the 20th over, you can rest, mate, because he's going to bat the whole innings.
Yeah, all right, buddy.
Listen to you blokes.
This heat bowling attack's too good. Surely one of them could just bowl one good ball. All it needs
I think
one.
they will. Yeah, I think they will. As long as he can get to 50 for me, I'd be pretty excited about that. That'll do me. The question mark for Matt Short, and for anybody else who bought him, is he going to bowl tonight off the back of a fractured / broken toe? That's the big question mark for me.
Nope.
What do you reckon, Horse?
I think he might still bowl that first over. If you find that the Heat haven't been good opening the innings this year, and if they come out to try and do a Chris Lynn and a Matt Short here, who have both been aggressive right from the start, he's good at deviating his lines and lengths. So I don't actually mind the shout.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what they plan on doing, because Darcy Short's batting 7 tonight. They've only named one spinner. They've dropped Cameron Boyce. So there are some spin overs there. We know that they love to use spin at Adelaide. They've always gone with 2 spinners. So the question mark becomes who picks up Boyce's overs. And I know they've named a few pacers and stuff, but as we've seen over the years at Adelaide Oval, the pacers go the distance. So, yeah, for me, it's going to be very interesting watch to see whether Matt Short bowls.
For sure. Comfortably home with that run-out attempt. I'm just catching up a little bit here. Every time I switch off the screen, it sends me back 30 seconds.
Yeah. You're wanting to know, I think I saw Lachlan in the chat saying your commentary's in front of our KO, in front of my KO coverage, which is weird. If you want to get right up to speed as fast as possible, just hit the 2 times button, catch up. So that's a little bit of deadly wisdom that's changed my life. Right. The last couple of months.
So that 2 times catch up thing is right beside the go forward 15 seconds. You just click on that and 2 times it until you catch up with the action, and then you'll be right up with the live action. We've found in the past that KO's about 10 to 15 seconds behind. Yeah.
So far, 12 or 5 balls for Lynn. Really good start. Bartlett 8 off his first 5 balls. I mean, he's probably just going to try and get out of this over unscathed, I think. It'll be interesting to see how Lynn, whether again or he has the same mindset of getting out of the over, because the last thing that you want to do as a batsman is to get out on the last ball after you've had a pretty solid over against a good bowler.
For sure.
As we
say, he's come down the deck and just planted over mid-wicket.
Chris Lynn said, "Fuck you, Braino. I know what I'm doing."
Yeah.
And he finishes with 16 off 6 balls. Bartlett goes for 12 off his first over. Definitely not what you'd expect from Xavier Bartlett. Deadly. Were you a Xavier Bartlett owner at the start of the season?
No, I wanted to.
Haven't? Okay.
I haven't touched him. I've wanted to the whole year. I even thought about getting him this week, but having 2 heat bowlers, and he's still pretty expensive. So I thought I'd go elsewhere. Got Sean Abbott, which has paid off immensely. So yeah,
what do you end up scoring today? 100?
Let me actually see. He scored 94.
94.
Okay. I had Xavier Bartlett for 2 weeks, I think. And 3 weeks. The first week he did next to nothing for me, and I paid 200 and something K for him. And then the next week he repaid me on the single. So I think I got Bartlett in the double for the Heat in round 3. And then in round 4, he went and got that massive 100 on the single, which has been the theme of this year, hasn't it, Horse? Like, you get a player for the double, and then they come in, they shit the bed. And then the next round on a single, they go out and score what they should have scored on the double.
A good friend of ours, Damo, from over in WA, has stated, and it's been repeated many times on social media, teams on double weeks are fraudulent. It has not paid out for anyone this year.
So, and it's good. We've got SuperCoach Edge in the chat, and he says, "Who do you want to fade, boys? I can bring him into the team. I'm mozzing everybody." Which, from what I've seen in the chat so far, he's had a pretty rough run.
That is season. A cracking shot off the back foot. Sorry, Braino, by Matt Short through mid-wicket. You own him. Well, let me butt in, mate. That was really nice. Just on top of the ball, pulled it straight into the ground. No catching opportunity. That's raced away. 12 off 8. This partnership, 2.2 overs, and they're at 28 already. Looking ominous early.
It's a bloody good wicket. I tell you what, it's straight up and down, nice even bounce. Got a tiny layer of grass on the top of it by the looks of things.
As we see Matt Short again with the pull shot, 1 bounce to the man on the deep.
Good bit of fielding there from your
Jack
Wood. Your DMP.
Oh, Deadwood.
I'll tell you what, if SuperCoach DR is in the chat, if he's not, and you know him, text him and tell him to get on here, because there is a dead ringer in the Brisbane Heat field, and it's Jack Wood.
Absolutely. And DR is obviously a great content creator, and he does BBL SuperCoach. I wonder how he's going this year. Actually, I haven't managed to follow where he's at ranking wise, but I'm sure he's having another good year.
I think he's doing pretty well. Yeah.
Beautiful
As we
shot
see,
there from
Chris Lynn. Yeah, low full toss, just punched it through cover. Another 4, none for 33. Wow, they're going at over 2 a ball at the moment.
It's looking pretty good so far. I mean, it hurts as a Nessa owner, Deadly, because obviously he's been carded a little bit, but I'm interested to see the way that they're using Spencer Johnson now. Obviously with Nessa and Bartlett opening the bowling with the new rock, they're the ones that do the most with the ball, to be fair. But it looked like from what we saw last game, they're using Spencer Johnson through the middle overs and potentially in the surge through the middle overs as well. How do you feel about that as an owner?
I mean, it's not ideal, but he's just a quality enough bowler that it doesn't matter where you bowl him, he will take wickets, have a good economy rate. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I'd probably prefer him to, bowl in the surge or the power play over Nessa, but I'll still take him wherever he is.
It's tough, isn't it? It's a bit of a three-headed monster. These 3 bowlers, you can't all bowl death and all bowl surge and all bowl with the new ball, can you? So, and they don't usually go with the Sydney Sixers bowl one at a time and have a spell kind of structure.
Oh my God. As Chris Lynn has just launched one into the second tier of the Adelaide Oval stand. Foxy was a bit off in the Sixers game that we just saw against the Perth Scorchers. Ben Dwarsh has hit one into the second tier. Was it the Bradman stand that he hit it into? And Foxy said it was 73 metres. And that was the long boundary. So, Foxy, get your shit together. That's gone at least 90.
Couldn't have been more wrong, Foxy. But let's hope Foxy gets off the 88-metre train, because I feel like Foxy's he's done a bit of work, but I reckon about 60% of the Sixers have gone 88 metres this year.
Yeah.
It's a nice hit. And look, we know short square at Adelaide too. So, it's playing into both of their wheelhouse at the moment. We know that Matt Short loves it on his hip. But it's also a bit of his kryptonite. We've seen him a few times kind of not get set up per se, but get a ball on his hip he should put over the boundary, and he ends up hitting it straight to deep backward square leg. And I don't know, sometimes your strength can also be your weakness. And I feel like that's probably it with Matt Short, is if you can get it right and get it on his hip and he misjudges one, he's putting it straight down backward square.
For sure. Now, you're a Matt Short owner, Braino, so I'm not going to ask you, but we're 3 overs in and the strikers are 41, Deadly. They're now bringing Matt Kuhneman into the attack with the field still up, which I think is quite dangerous with the short square boundaries. Is Matt Short going to be the one to anchor the innings now that Chris Lynn has jumped out to 26 off 9 and looks to be the aggressor? Or do you think they just both go hammer and tong?
No, you'd probably think so. You probably think he anchors a bit more. He'll probably open up when it gets to around the 8 to 10 over mark, if he's still out there. But the way Lynn's going, he's seen them like exercise balls, and there's no point in, just stay out there, build a partnership for a while.
As we see, Matt Short just back onto the back foot, crack it through extra cover. That's 4, 17 off 10, almost your strike rate bonus. And the strikers are none for 45 off 3.1 overs. You could not ask for a better start, Braino.
Nah, outstanding. I like the tactic where they're bringing on Kuhneman here just to slow things up, but I don't know whether Kuhneman's the one that should be bowling this over. I feel like Swepson probably could jag just a really kind of dirt shit wicket. You know how he bowls those little half trackers?
Bowls the half trackers, yeah.
Yeah, the real slow shit. That's what I probably would have bowled. These two love the pace on the ball. So, and Kuhneman isn't someone who spins the ball that much. So you're bringing on a slower bowler, which is a good tactic, but I think maybe the wrong spinner.
I think you're right. The only reason why I think they might go with Kuhneman, one, because he does bowl a fuller ball, and especially with the shorter boundaries, if Swepson does plant that short, slow one, it's quite easy to hit a 6, both square of the wicket, both offside and leg side. So
it's also the power play.
It is. You're right. And there's only 2 out. So Chris Lynn, for those of you watching at home, already on 51 SuperCoach points as we see him back over to the leg side and over. That's over extra cover too for 6. So the strike is none for 52 off less than 4 overs. I tell you what, Braino, 210 at this rate is not looking out of the realms of possibility.
Mate, I'll tell you what, 250 isn't out of the realms of possibility if they keep going like this. Looking bloody nice. But But again, look, anything can change. We know that you get a couple of wickets, you stall the momentum a little bit, and obviously with Carey coming in next, these two can play pretty fearlessly. Having someone like that at 3 to fall back on, and they're pretty deep tonight. Jamie Overton's batting 6, but Darcy Short at 7. They're super deep. So I think they'd probably have a pretty high standard on how many runs they want to put up here, knowing that the Heat have been quite poor, especially chasing.
Oh dear, and he's done it again. Backing back, over point, another 4. Chris Lynn, you are on fire. What's that now?
Striking at 300 at the moment.
Is he 35 now?
36 off 12.
Oh, that's unreal. Matt Short, 18 off 11. And the strikers are none for 56. I reckon this might even be the most successful power play of the year so far.
It could be close. Definitely could be close. I'm interested to see how this... Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
As he just backs back, outside leg again, front foot, cover drive, 4-6. Foxy, you're probably going to say 60 metres, but that was a cracking shot. The strikers, after 4 overs, none for 62, and Chris Lynn is on a stupid amount of SuperCoach points. The app can't even keep up. Matt Short is on 18, and the bowlers have done sweet fuck all for the Heat.
Lynn would be on about 67, I think, based on a max strike rate bonus. So he is flying at the moment, with only through 4 overs as well, isn't it? So happy to. You'd be happy to be a Chris Lynn owner, wouldn't you? Because it's a pretty big pod, I think, unless you held on to him since round 4. I wish I did.
Well, I'll tell you one thing for free. I'm glad it's not Matt Short.
Let's hope he takes his turn, mate. He's coming.
No, just stay on that side of the pitch. Let Chris Lynn go to work. Let him get 100 off 30 balls, and then just declare.
Spencer Johnson into the attack here is a move that makes sense. I think you'd need to get your strike bowler in as quick as possible and try and break this partnership.
Yeah.
I took a punt on saying that Spencer Johnson was going to be the highest wicket taker in BBL 14, and he missed the first couple of games, and that looks unless that's pitching outside leg, that was plum.
That's got to.
And anyway, I took a punt on Spencer Johnson being the highest wicket taker, and I'll tell you what, if he played the first 2 games, he'd be well in the running, I think. Are they going to refer this is the question. Have they given it bat?
They have given it bat.
Oh, so he's hit it. They're going to refer
and he's
it
got
back.
his strike rate bonus.
I don't know if this is
no, it looks like they've referred it.
Yeah,
they have referred it.
Oh, that's good.
Do you think this is more in hope?
Matt Short seems pretty confident, shook his head, but again, he's the batsman. Of course, he's going to feel confident.
Or was that Chris Lynn going, did you hit it? And he's going, nah.
Yeah, I reckon it could be out if he didn't hit it. Unless it's pitching outside leg.
I don't see an issue with this at all, to be honest with you.
All right, third umpire, let's rock and roll this. Yeah, get it. That's outside leg.
Oh, I don't know.
Height?
Maybe, but he's real far back.
Yeah, I reckon it could be umpire's decision.
Yeah.
If it's height wise, yeah, that looks high. That's going over the top.
The fact that they've called bat on that is absolutely ridiculous.
That's bizarre. So what happens here? Like if he obviously gets given not out here,
I reckon it could change.
It's been given 4 runs, so they change it to leg wise.
They probably have to now. They've got the video evidence of that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you'd think.
But
so,
you know
wouldn't you?
what I don't like about SuperCoach? It's an outside leg anyway, so I don't know why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
But Nath, it goes for 4, right? It's leg buys.
So close.
If Spencer Johnson bowls 5 dot balls now, it's not a maiden over. In SuperCoach, he still gets penalised. Or doesn't get penalised for it, but he doesn't get the 20 points if he gets these 5 dot balls now.
Well, no. So apparently, right, that he does get it because Berendorf got a maiden today and he had a leg buy off his over.
Yeah.
But
you do now.
So the one issue is you don't get the dot ball if it's a leg buy, which I think is bizarre. I think that the scoring needs to be changed a little bit there because if it's a dot and it counts towards a maiden, which we know in cricket scoring it does, right? You could get 6 leg buys off 6 balls and it still counts as a maiden over to the bowler. Mm-hmm. Yet we're not giving it a dot ball in SuperCoach and they're not getting a point for that because it was a leg buy. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So I'd love to see SuperCoach change that potentially next year. I'm pretty happy with most of the scoring.
For sure.
While we're on the topic, maybe, as these guys are still flying along and Spencer Johnson's getting into his over, is there any scoring changes, Deadly, that you'd potentially like to see?
We sort of had this discussion before we came on air. Horse asked me, if Sean Abbott takes another wicket, does he get a 5-wicket bonus? And he doesn't, but I would like to see that. I reckon 25 points if you take 5 wickets or something like that. Because just getting a 10-point bonus
as we see,
3.
Matt Short on the hip,
toot,
flicks it over deep backward square for 6. There's your strike rate bonus, Braino. You're off and running.
Yeah, nice to just take a breath. I've got a small breath that I'm allowed to let out now, but yeah, it's definitely not over. I'm looking for a big one from Matt Short tonight as a captain. The one thing I would like to see, and I think Tim Michelle put this on his X account the other day, saying that, and I agree with him, it's a great idea, seeing negative points for exceeding a certain economy rate bonus as a bowler. So if you get hit for, let's say 10, 11 and 12 runs and over, as an economy rate, you actually start to lose points. Because obviously we know that 4, 5, 6, 7, you get the bonus there. But anything above 8, nothing really happens. Imagine Wes Agar going for 61 off 3.5 overs and have to incur a minus 20 points, and he ends up with negatives.
Do you know what? I think that would bring back the way that we see SuperCoach, because we as content creators, and like yourself, you're top 50, if you're umming and ahhing between a batter and bowler, as we see Matt Short pick one and put it way back, that's another 6. Matt Short goes to 32 off 16. But back to what I was saying, if you're 50-50 between a batsman and a bowler, you know that you get one good rock as a batsman and you're done. As a bowler, you've got 24 balls. Regardless of how many you go for, you could still end up with 20 points off one wicket. So if you were to exceed 10, 11, 12 and lose points for that, I feel like that would bring bowlers back to the pack and would make it more 50-50.
Absolutely. It brings batsmen back into play a little bit. I feel like batsmen were overly favoured, I think maybe 3-4 years ago, until the points system changed. Really well bowled there. Nice little comeback ball from Spencer Johnson as he gets one down to third man Matt Short. I think it evens the playing field a little bit, because they overpowered batsmen early on, and then they've kind of given the weight too far to the bowlers now. So we're seeing a lot of us trying to obviously get these all-rounders, which still makes sense, but bowlers are technically favoured over batsmen in this format.
For sure.
In saying that, though, this week, if you had David Warner and Steve Smith, you're pretty happy as batsmen only in your team.
For sure. 2 quality Australian batsmen or ex-Australian batsmen in David Warner. But you brought up a good point in the chat that we have, Braino, in our WhatsApp group, which is tied in with our Patreon. If you're not a part of that, the description will be below. Just click on that. It is free to join. Now that he can concentrate on white ball cricket, he's not chopping and changing between the long form and the short form. He's playing one mode of cricket, so he doesn't have to change the way he goes about things. He can just lock in and go, yep, this is how I'm going to bat. And we've seen the last 4 innings, he hasn't made under 40. Like he's looked good. He's been that rock when there's wickets that are falling around him. He brings it back. It's that thing we talk about, like with Fraser McGurk. He doesn't have the ability to go through the gears, whereas Davey Warner has learnt that, and he's been extremely successful so far this BBL campaign.
Absolutely. I think we can look at Steve Smith's a bad example because the guy's a freak. He just doesn't matter what the format is. But in saying that, he got a golden duck in his first game last year. As we see Swepson take the pace off. And again, I think we called it a couple of overs ago that maybe it should have been Swepson instead of Kuhneman that bowled. But yeah, I think you got Usman and Marnus playing next round. So, that's an interesting one for people to look at. Only playing one game, unfortunately. But Josh, the SuperCoach Whisperer, was talking to me, and he needed a loophole this week. And he's brought Usman Khawaja into his team to captain this week, knowing that he's going to get a playable player next round. So you could have definitely gone down that road if you needed someone next week.
You know who he VC'd?
Was it Steve Smith?
It was Steve Smith.
He bloody let us know about it, didn't he?
Absolutely.
That's okay. You can
have the small wins.
He's a ball of knowledge when it comes to NRL, as you know, Nath. You guys do a wonderful job there with the NRL. Just quickly, for those of you at home, 52 for Matt Short at the moment. Chris Lynn is on 67, and we're talking SuperCoach points.
There you go. Not bad.
Matt
Short's played catch-up.
Yeah.
I think these guys are just going to take turns if they stay in, really.
Oh, this is unreal. Matt Short over cover for 4. He races to 38. Chris Lynn, 43. The strikers are on none for 87 off 5.4 overs. Wow, they're on target for 300 at the moment.
It's looking nice. Hey, Deadly.
While you're there, Deadly, can you do us a favour, mate? Stats man, can you check out what the highest ever score is in a BBL T20 game here in Australia?
Man loves his numbers. That's
He
why
does.
we keep him around.
I reckon it might be the Stars where Maxi and
Stoinis got that
went off a
150.
few years ago. Yeah.
Every chance it would have been
273.
Yeah, that would have been the game. Yeah, Jasper's on it in the chat. And looks like Scobes,
Maxi
vice-captain, Smudge as well.
Did he?
Played.
Well done. Well done, the man from Kyneton South. So congratulations for VCing Steve Smith, mate. Cheers.
I think that puts Scobes in the running to take this thing out. Like, I think he's a very good chance. I think he was ranked pretty well before coming into this round. So let us know what you ranked, Scobes.
Good job.
We've got Matt Short 39 off 21 here facing up. We've got Bartlett coming back in to bowl his second over. He'll bowl the 7th over of the innings. Obviously, I tell you what, like, this makes me a little bit nervous when they're starting to throw all their firepower at him. But because they're taking a bit of a risk here, the Heat, aren't they? They're throwing, Bartlett's second over. He's going to keep going here. Nessa bowled a couple up front, didn't he, from memory? No, he bowled one.
Did? Yes.
Yep.
2.
Yeah. So, the question. Oh my God. This is just ludicrous. The question here becomes: do you continue to throw all of your best bowlers short, trying to get him out early?
Oh, now I know why you blokes reacted the way you did. I think the way that these guys are batting, you have to bowl your strike bowlers. As we see, Matt Short put one into the first row square at Adelaide Oval. Oh, it wasn't square; it was over mid-wicket. But 6 off the over to start. Xavier Bartlett takes the pace off it, pushes down the ground for 1. Matt Short to 46 off 23 rocks. That's a 200 strike rate at the moment, Braino, and he'd be in the 70s now.
Should be. I'm just hoping he gets to that 50, so he gets that little 10-point bonus. We've got 4 more to go. So, nice little start for Matt Short. And this is what we expected of him in rounds 1 to 4, isn't it? And for anybody who faded like me, we got lucky. We got lucky. This guy is the best SuperCoach player in the game. And if that's an incredibly good sign of things to come. But, it's if he doesn't bowl, you're taking a punt on a batsman only like a Smith and a Warner and those kind of guys. So it seems like it's kind of worth it at this point to try and target him. But let's see what Jamie Overton gets, because I had to fade him to get Short this week.
Good things come to good people.
Here's your stats for you. That Sixers game that happened just before this one. Sixers had the 10th highest score, and the Scorchers in the chase got up to 40th, and they still lost. Right. The 40th highest score in Big Bash history.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Matt Short flicks another one off his pads. Full toss from Bartlett. Very unlike him, but he's gone for 2 sixes now. Have they, you reckon the Brisbane Heat have worked out that Matt Short likes it on his pads yet?
You know what else they've worked out? That Nathan Brain has got the C on Matt Short. He brings up his 50, 52 off 24 balls. You may as well raise your bat as well, Braino. What a start here by the Adelaide Strikers. They've just been on since ball 1, attacking the likes of Bartlett, attacking Johnson, attacking Nessa, attacking the spin bowlers. As Foxy comes out 79, you're full of shit, Foxy. Be better.
To be fair, that boundary is very short, so I'm not surprised. No pun intended either, but it is very short.
Matt Short into the 80s, if you don't mind.
Oh, I tell you what, he nearly got out there. There's what bowl, pace off. See,
down the bottom.
That's the key, isn't it, Deadly? What are your thoughts here on, they're bowling pace on here. A lot of the time it's a step hit. They've got to take the pace off the ball, don't they, at this point?
Yep, for sure. They're letting the ball do the work. If he's just flicking off the pads that easy, it just can't happen. Needs to bowl a few overs of spin, or even just a few slow balls. Bowl like it's the 19th over, and you don't want him to score runs. That's literally how you should be bowling right now, because it's ridiculous.
Horse, you've been obviously doing a great Mark Howard job, but you really haven't talked much about who you've got going on in this game. Who are the players that you're watching closely in this one?
Everyone that I've got, you shouldn't have, because the team at the Horses for Course has been struggling a little bit this year. And I feel like everything that I've tried to do has just backfired. So I'm happy riding on your coattails this year, mate. But I do have Jamie Overton.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do I have? I have Nessa. I'll have to check my team, actually. It's changed 3 bloody million times. Jamie Overton and Nessa, they're the only ones I've got in this game.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, probably a good thing at this point in time. At this point, Jamie Overton might not bat. And the good thing is they're going to have something to bowl at. So positive for the strikers, bowlers at this point, because they're going to.
So
quick
stat for you, Nath. I held Matt Short all the way through his shit form slump. When he broke his toe, the 2 games he missed after that, and I'm like, I'm going to trade him now that it's a bye. Didn't bring him back this week, and he now looks like, you know what? The horse has let me go. It's time for me to just run free.
Yeah, the jockeys jumped off. It was that tip that I gave you the other week where the jockey
that was terrible. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching at home or listening at home, I had a bonus bet in my sports bet account, and remember to gamble responsibly and only gamble within your means if you decide to have a bet. But Braino's like, I like this horse, put it on it. I'm like, all right, you know what? It's a bonus bet, doesn't matter. So I put it on, and no word of a lie, a jockey fell off the horse, and that horse came in front of the horse we put the money on. It was bloody
That
terrible.
was the favorite. I'm not a punter on the horses by any means. I'll leave that kind of stuff to Skitty. But
yeah,
I'll tell you what, I looked at it, I'm like, shit, this thing looks all right. And it was the favorite. The money was on it too. And it's absolutely shat the bed and got beaten by a jockeyless horse. So don't take any punting advice from me, friends.
It was bloody terrible.
I just got a bit of a stat for you. Somewhat, anyway. At this stage in the game, the Stars in their record were 1 for 101. So the strikers are actually currently ahead of him.
Wowee. I like that, Deadly. Nice. So after 7 overs, the Adelaide Strikers are on par to score the highest ever score in BBL cricket. They are 2 runs ahead and still 10 wickets in the shed.
Now, I'm not an AFL guy, but I'm assuming this is an AFL reference. Bramble responsibly. Is that is that
Lockie Bramble? Yes.
Lockie Bramble.
So there's a player who plays for the Western Bulldogs, Deadly.
Yep. Yeah, his name's Lachlan Bramble. So Bramble responsibly.
As we see Matt Short off the back foot through cover again, 4 runs. He races along to 59.
He's doing it easy at the moment, isn't he? And I think he's done it really well in adapting to that slower pace. I mean, we were calling for them to slow things up, and I think it's a better result. But in saying that, he's done really well because he's just shifted onto his back foot here. And when the ball's a little bit slow, you've got so much time.
Did you know?
Hit a ball for 4 that went 64 Ks out the hand. You know how much power you have to get to slog one for 4 from 64 Ks?
In the past couple of overs, Matt Short has gone for 40 off bugger all balls.
I don't want to hear it.
Chris Lynn's only scored 5. So since we actually brought up whether he was going to be the anchor, he's the one that's actually gone berserk.
Well, when I said that, and then Matt Short hit the 4, I was tempted to just say, actually, just both of them let him go because they're both fine in the middle no matter what. And there you go.
Have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. In his attempts to try and get on air, Scobes is trying to give me a buzz here. How can you decline?
Give it the old double tap on the side. That'll sort him out.
Come on, mate. I should answer it next time, shouldn't I? Put him on the mic and see what he's got to say.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Carey here's looking like he might not get a stick the way these two are going. 8 overs in. So there's only 12 overs left in the innings.
Don't say that.
What are your thoughts on Carey? I had a few questions throughout the week from subscribers and friends on should we get Alex Carey, 167K. What are you guys' thoughts on the wicketkeeper position, I guess, and also bringing in Carey?
I'll tell you as soon as I know this is fielded on the boundary for 1. I like Alex Carey. I think he is easily the best wicketkeeper batsman we have in Australia at the moment. Josh Inglis being probably a distant second. Now, I'll let you tell me who you think your top 3 are after I tell you this. But since even before joining the test squad, do you remember when he opened the batting with Jake Weatherald, and he was making bulk runs in T20 cricket, and just he was one of the more informed players in the comp.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He's
Is he also the only one to have captained an AFL football club and also represent his team or his country in cricket? Deadly
country, I think so.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Matt Short another
just keeps
6.
going. This is ludicrous batting. Like he just does it whenever he wants. He just hits a 6. This is just insane.
I'm hating
and this is what I was hoping I'd walk into, but it's come off all right so far. It's going to catch up on the bloody shit game I had on that last one. I was watching the whole game on my phone because, as you'd know, Horse, you know what it's like with kids and trying to, wrangle kids and get them in baths and get them to bed and get them dinner and everything. So I was watching the whole game on KO on my phone, and I may as well not have watched at all because I had Jack Edwards and Jai Richardson and Finn Allen in that game. And
terrible,
2 lots of 4 and a 15. Luckily, I don't have to loop in Finn Allen's score, so it's been rough. And there you go. Chris Lynn cleaned up by Kuhneman there on 47 off 20 balls. Nice little arm ball, quicker one there that's kind of swung in a little bit and gone between bat and pad, taking his off pole. So there you go. Carey does get a bat after all, hey?
We love that. Love to see that. Deadly, if we can, mate, can you keep up to date with the stats with how Adelaide are looking in regards to that chase of the Melbourne Stars record that they have?
How many overs? What ball are we at here?
We're almost.
This will be in the ninth.
So
8.5.
8.5. They were 1 for 117.
So they're ahead.
So they're
Strikers
still
are ahead at the moment. Yep. 1 ball essentially ahead because we know a lot went for 4.
Quick SuperCoach score check for those of you playing along at home. Matt Short currently on 96 SuperCoach points. So for those of you that brought him in, congratulations. Chris Lynn, a well-batted 72. Alex Carey, the next man in, of course, has not scored yet. And for Brisbane, it is pretty much Doug Hicks all the way along. Xavier Bartlett leads the way with 3 SuperCoach points. But as we know now, Matt Kuhneman will be on 21 with that wicket.
Very nice.
Just quickly back to Carey. Oh,
I couldn't help myself.
That's pretty good.
That's deep in the archives, that one.
Yeah, good.
I really liked Carey this round. I was really tempted to go with him just because I didn't have a striker and I wanted a piece of the action. But I already had Philippi, and it's just I didn't really want to trade out Philippi for Carey. Like if that game got washed out, I would have been tempted to. But then again, I sort of just wanted to full on fade Wicketkeeper the whole rest of the year. I'll just have Philippi the rest of the year and just not worry about it. But yeah, I really was all over Carey, to be honest.
Wicketkeeper is a tough one this year, boys. It's one of those positions that no one can really get right. And now we've seen Ben McDermott go down with a hammy the other day, which has just made things even more complicated for next week. You will not catch me alive picking Matt Wade in my SuperCoach team ever. So where do we go next week? If you've got Harper, you probably just made your bed and you have to lie in it, right? There's no point really trading out of that situation.
I think you're right.
Unless you get Tim Seifert back, who is just about to dip under 100K.
Is he now?
Yeah. He's 101K this week.
Interesting.
That's the direction. If I have a free trade that I don't need to use next week or don't feel like using, Harper on the bye obviously means that I'm not going to have a wicket keeper. So I'm going to be just playing with 11. I won't have a score dropout next week.
When does Seifert go?
He doesn't.
For those of you playing along at home, he is one of the internationals that is staying for the whole tournament. As Matt Short puts him into the stand again for 6. Matt Short onto 74.
I'm stoked, but I'm also devastated that my 2 bowlers are getting fucking put everywhere by my captain. I don't know how to feel about it now.
I can tell you how I feel about it.
Yeah. You've got the armband on Matt Short, don't you?
Yeah, I've got the captaincy on him.
So you should feel pretty fucking good right now, mate. Just we'll just leave it at that.
Let's let Matt Short just get a ton, right? He can get a ton. And then what can happen is Spencer Johnson can get him out or something. Or maybe
no. It's a direct hit, is it?
Nah.
No.
Okay.
I was telling him to hit.
I'll tell you what,
desperately want
Steve
Matt
Smith took until the 19th over to make his 100. Matt Short might not have to wait too long. Yeah. I think Matt Short thinks that he can declare and put Brisbane Heat in and try and go for the outright.
Maybe I'd double up on the catching up. We'll check Matt Short and Maxi's.
Yes.
Please do.
So at 9.3, Maxi was at 83 off 34, and the Stars were 123 off 9.3.
So Maxi was going better than Matt Short right now.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
That's ludicrous how... And we saw that last game, didn't we? I think a lot of people obviously jumped off Glenn Maxwell because of the role, and I don't blame them at all. I think I was on the fence as well. The only reason I kept him is because I know how good he can be, and as a batsman only, just like Matt Short, he can have innings like this. And luckily he did the other night, right? He batted incredibly well and scored well. But yeah, it's a tough decision. And if you faded Maxi and you got off Maxi now, you've just got to, do you bring him back in for round 9? Because he's got to buy next week, right? That's probably why people moved him on. So I get it.
Yep.
But does he have to be back in the team for round 9, or do you just close your eyes and hope to God he doesn't pop off? Because what's round 9's matchup for the Stars? They've got the last game of the year, apparently. Round 9, they've got the Hobart Hurricanes at the MCG in the final game of the competition.
Yeah, okay. I actually
and he loves the MCG.
That. Yeah. But I don't mind the Hurricanes bowling with Meredith and the likes.
It's true. They've been quality, haven't they?
Mm.
I mean, that's a great shot from Carey. Just a little step hit there. Johnson a bit too full, but he's ended up getting under it, through to cow corner. 1 bounce for 4. And, you can't bowl there to Alex Carey. It's that.
No.
I think we've seen it all year. The step hit has just been a killer. And for anybody who doesn't know what a step hit is, it's obviously just a little bit of a half volley or a ball where the batsman can just take one little small step and get under it. And we've seen that get punished. And that's probably the one downside for Spencer Johnson, isn't it? Just his overall control, the amount of bad balls he bowls compared to his good ones.
Yep. The step hit, Braino, the reason why people do that is that because it creates momentum, or is it to throw the bowlers off their line and lengths, or what would be the major reason why batsmen would do that?
Oh, because it's a shit ball. It's more so from a step hit perspective, the word step hit or the term step hit is about the bowling, not about the shot. Okay. So you put it in the slot, basically, for anybody who, it sounds a bit complicated. It's just what they call it. Call it a step hit. Bowled a step hit, You'll hear a few of the captains and the guys on the mic say we bowled too many step hits. So, and I think we've seen plenty of them tonight that have gone into the stands from Matt Short.
So while we've got the drinks break, ladies and gentlemen, Deadly's just going to run us through his latest net session that he had. He's looking to make a comeback here. Deadly, how'd you go?
Yeah, not good. Yeah, really not good. Mind you, this was when Australia had won, so this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Australia had won at 2:30. We decided to go down the nets, and I'm already pretty hammered at this point. At 4 p.m.
So you should be.
Yeah, absolutely. We're batting and bowling each, both bowl and spin. Neither of us know how to bowl spin, so we're both useless at that. Stinking hot weather. What else was going on? I'm just trying to find excuses for how I batted so bad.
Was that the day that you also got your hat tan?
Yeah, I'm not showing it. I'm not showing it.
Switch it?
Yeah. Well, we're batting no helmet, no pads, no box, nothing like that. I couldn't hit one to save my life. I was looking like Darcy Short when he was in that shocker of a slump 2 years ago. That's how I was looking.
Fraser McGurk this year.
Yeah, something like that. Just couldn't even find the middle of the bat. Then I whipped out a switch hit. I'm telling you, this shit would have gone 100 metres. It was gone. It was out of any stadium, any oval you would have played at. It was
all
gone.
Right, Foxy. Calm down.
All right. You got Foxy out playing in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, where the cows are in the next paddock, and you just put it into the next suburb, have you?
Good on him.
Absolutely. And then after that, still couldn't see any. And then cop one on the Crown Jewels, and that about ended the net session there.
Sent him packing.
Pretty much.
Lovely.
Deadly, one from IJ. How many sixes in the Stars record score?
I will grab that for you.
And one for you, Braino. Hurricanes are game clear in first, is there a chance that if they are a game clear coming into the last round, do they rest players?
Not all of them, but yeah, a couple of the guys, maybe the quicks could get a rest, or one of them could get a rest.
All right,
Meredith,
before I reveal this, I want you to take a guess how many sixes were hit.
12.
Knowing it was Maxwell, I reckon it was more than that. I'm going to say 18.
5.
What?
5 sixes.
He hit 22 fours and 4 sixes, Maxwell did. And then Joe Clark hit 1 6. Oh, never mind. I've missed Marcus Stoinis. All right, so all up it's 11 because Marcus Stoinis hit 6 sixes. Okay, that makes a bit more sense.
I was going to say 5. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well, IJ's guessed 22. So he thought it was going to be much
still,
bigger.
even 11, that's not...
It's not that... Like, when you think about how well they batted...
hit 4. To score 154 runs, 22 fours he hit.
He's no Matt Short, is he?
Yeah, no. No.
I was hoping I'd get a better reaction than that. You played it well.
You're not getting one.
No,
the one game where I don't have him in my side and he's doing this.
Up to this point, Maxi was 95 off 39. And the Stars were 1 for 136. So they're on exactly the exact same right now.
Except Maxi's definitely got 19
runs. Yeah, he's got 19 runs ahead of Short. Yep.
Makes you appreciate what sort of innings that was.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got the game. What are we thinking ahead for the game tomorrow already? We got the Melbourne Derby, the second part of the Melbourne Derby.
My captain's playing in it, so I'm not sure.
Marvel's normally a pretty ordinary wicket too.
That's on the up. He's beaten him lengthwise and come down the wicket and just hit him on the up for 6 over the bowler's head.
So
that is just
ladies and
insane.
Gentlemen, Matt Short is now on 116 SuperCoach points.
Not bad.
Oh, Braino, you can't wipe the smile off your face, son.
Mate, so I should after I copped fucking 8 points in the last game.
Yeah, that's right. That's my total score for the past 7 rounds.
Yeah, great.
He's up.
I need something stronger than this to deal with this if he keeps going, I'll tell you that much.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, let us know how you're getting on this round and whether you believe you're going to be seeing green arrows or red arrows.
Should be some big scores floating around with the likes of Warner, Smith, now Short. Hopefully a few people got on with me.
Yeah, as we see, they have taken the surge, and he has just hit a straight full toss down the ground for 4. Matt Short moves to 86.
And this is the key now, I think, with the surge. We know that wickets fall in the surge, so the Heat are going to be really doing everything they can here to break this partnership and specifically try and kind of lure Matt Short into a bad shot during the surge. Because, we talked, I think we had a fun stat horse a few weeks ago when we were talking about the average amount of runs that are scored off a free hit. And over I think it was like the 5 or 6 years after the free hit got introduced, the average runs off a free hit was 1.8. Yeah, so you'd actually naturally think it'd be a lot more than that, but there are a lot of dots off free hits from batsmen.
Oh, he's dropped him. Nessa jumps to his right, up in the air. That would have been an absolute blinder, but Matt Short dropped on 86.
I don't know whether that would have been a blinder. I reckon that's a really poor judgment there from Nessa. It looked like he didn't move and he got stuck in the mud.
Let's have a look at the replay.
I reckon he's you right down the eyes.
He could have.
I'm gonna cry.
I reckon he's misjudged that a bit too.
Yeah, he absolutely has misjudged that. He got moving really late there. I reckon if he got moving early and judged it all right out of the hand.
Oh, Alex Carey backs away over cover. That is huge. That's into the second tier.
Predictions. 90. I reckon 99.
88.
87.
Isn't it? Is it? Which
Let us know in the chat. What do you reckon before Foxy gets on screen?
I swear it's the long side, isn't it?
No, that looks like the short side.
No, I reckon that's the short side.
That is the short side because you can see where the practice.
Yeah, maybe not then.
88. That's a nice hit though.
Oh, it's gone a fair way straight off the bat.
Foxy, what are you saying?
He's timed the pants.
92.
92.
Okay.
All right.
That was effortless too. That was just pure timing.
Just by the way, Glenn Maxwell. Hold on, what are we at? Yeah, Glenn Maxwell's just hit 100. this next ball.
So Matt Short's done a bit of catching up. He's only 13 behind now.
Yeah, this next ball, Maxi gets his 100.
Either way, ladies and gentlemen, this has been ultra impressive by the strikers tonight.
Yep.
So far. Got to remember they still have to bowl as well. And the Sixers, what did they score today? Braino 220 and still only won by 15?
Yeah.
And that just goes to show how good that wicket was in the end. I think we were hoping there was going to be a bit more juice in that, but I thought it hit that. The ground staff at SCG did an impeccable job of getting that field ready after all the rain that we've had in Sydney. I'm a Sydney boy, and we've had tons of bucketing rain over the last 4 or 5 days, and they've done an awesome job to not just get a pitch ready and get the ground ready, but get a good pitch up too. That's very impressive.
It shocked me. Being a Victorian, I had no idea what the pitch was going to be like. But as you say, Braino, lots of rain around, cloud overhead. Naturally, you think fast bowlers delight, but that was an absolute peach for batsmen.
Yeah, absolutely. And so is this wicket here, as we're seeing.
There's a good stat down that they've got on the bottom of the live coverage right now. The highest score at Adelaide Oval is 232 by the Thunder in 2020-2021.
So they only need another 80.
80, yeah, behind the highest total at this ground.
Can you remind us, if you can find that game, who scored well for the Thunder?
I can find that game very easily because it's the second highest score. Alex Hales, 110 off 56.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cal Ferguson, 42 off 23. Ben Cutting, 33 off 14. Yeah, just everyone hit him well.
Ben Cutting was an underrated all-rounder.
Yeah, he was good.
He obviously at the back end of his career was known as a bit more of a designated hitter, wasn't he? He didn't bowl a lot at the back end of his BBL career, but he's been a journeyman, Ben Cutting. I got to spend a winter with Ben Cutting at the academy. Probably one of the better blokes in cricket. Awesome bloke. Yeah,
I can imagine that.
Very good
He
bloke.
seems like a
He
good
looks
bloke.
like it, or comes across as that.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Ollie Pope coming in next? Surely not. Surely Jamie Overton is the guy to come in next and just kind of take advantage of the momentum they have.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, so Short's behind Maxi, but the strikers themselves...
Oh, my God.
The strikers themselves are now... Hold on. Yeah, the strikers themselves are now 11 runs ahead of the Stars.
Really? You know you're seeing them well when you've got 140k now, full toss, and you just bunt it back down the wicket and cleanly hit it as well as that for 4 straight back down the ground.
Oh...
He didn't even move, did he? No feet, nothing, just hands through the ball.
He, as our man Deadly would say, he's seeing them like exercise balls.
He is.
He needs to probably contain himself a little bit here. Spencer Johnson, I assume that's going to be a wide. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the nervous 90s now, isn't it? How many times did you get caught in the 90s, Horse?
I've been out on 99 twice.
Oh, spewing. I've been out on 99. Too. I've only been out on 99 once, and you want to know how I... Actually, take a guess at how I got out in 99.
Mancab.
No, fuck, I'd be spewing. That'd be a story. You would have heard that story before now if it was.
Back up. Yeah. Top edged it straight up.
No. So it was in England. It was a school trip. Would have been maybe 15 or 16. And we did a tour.
Another boundary.
One sec, another boundary to Matt Short through mid-wicket. He goes to 95.
Anyway, so we're on a school trip, and it's been a long trip. We did a big figure 8 up through Scotland, back down, played a heap of schools all through the UK. Anyway, we were playing a game in Scotland up in Edinburgh, and I was on, I think, 90 or 88 or something like that, and I got the worst cramp in the world to a point where I couldn't run. And so you can see where this is going. I ended up getting to 99, and my runner got run out.
Oh,
so,
no.
Yeah. My runner got run out, and I got out on 99.
How many beers has that man bought you?
Well, we were 16 at the time, so we didn't drink, obviously.
How many beers did that man buy you?
Let's just say I don't talk to him that much anymore. Actually, I don't talk to him ever. So luckily, it was when I was 16, and I don't care too much. Or that's pitched outside leg just.
No, that's not out.
It's gone real high.
That was...
They've already lost their review anyway.
The last one.
Yeah, true. So 163. No, 164
now.
11.5. The Stars, Maxi hit back-to-back 4s. The Stars are only 6 behind now.
I saw on the screen, the big screen at the Oval, while Johnson was running in a couple of balls ago, that it had there that they were projected 275.
Yeah, before when it that's what I was saying
Ludicrous.
before. It popped up down the bottom. I think it was when Lynn was still in, and it popped up projected like 320 or something on the current run rate. I was like, my God.
How which one of you guys traded out Cooper Connolly today, like me?
Mate,
Traded him out last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, dumb move, wasn't it? 70. What did he finish with? 74.
yeah.
He looked good too, didn't he?
Yeah. Didn't listen to the
Hey,
play.
sorry, David Warner didn't make 100, did he? When was the last time, Deadly, another stat for you to look us up, mate, that someone in the BBL or we've had back-to-back hundreds in the BBL? I don't think it would have ever happened.
That's a tough stat to find.
It probably
Or how
would
many
be.
times we've had
Smith-
200s
Smith
in the
go
same
back to
round?
back last year?
Smith went
Oh,
back to back
200.
the year before last. BBL
Yeah.
12.
I doubt there was one last year.
In the same round.
Maybe short.
Oh, in the same round, no.
Oh, in the same round. Oh, you took it 2 different people.
Yep.
Probably still would.
Like this,
still
this
be
if Matt
hard
Short
to
gets
find.
there, it'll be the first time we've had hundreds on a double in the same day.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a wide.
God, that'd be hard.
I think they're going to do everything they can here to keep the ball as wide and out of the swinging arc of Short as possible. So you're going to see Kuhneman dart them in at that wide line there outside off, I think.
As we see, yep, it's in that arc. Nice shot, but only for
They got
one.
a fielder out there. It'd be nice. We were talking about last time being able to get a look at the field and have a little kind of graphic at the bottom that shows you what the field looks like. That would be perfect.
Yep.
Maybe us cricket nuffies are the only ones asking for it.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be a nice little addition, wouldn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, quick update for you, Supercoach wise. Alex Carey 13, Chris Lynn got bowled on 72 Supercoach points, and Matt Short is currently on 130 Supercoach points. Matt Kuhneman leading the way for Brisbane on 23.
Jamar, they already took the surge, mate, straight out of the 10th and 11th. And that's bowled from
Alex
Kuhneman.
Carey has been bowled.
Oh, okay, all right. This is sort of going to shit all over your stat. Same time it has happened before in the same round.
Okay.
Ben McDermott did it twice in his double game round.
He made 100 in both games for the round.
He went 110 on the 27th of December and 127 on the 29th of December in 2021 during his big season.
That was insane that year. He just could not put a foot wrong all year.
Yeah. So there you go. And then before that, Mitch Marsh got 100 on the 14th of December, and then Maxwell got 100 the next day.
There you go.
And there's been a few different times. Alex Carey and Alex Hales, same day apart. Aaron Finch and Matt Wade's a day apart.
Yeah.
Almost every 100 has one that comes the day after.
As I can confirm, they've brought in Ollie Pope.
He's going to need to get going, I think, Ollie Pope. He hasn't
definitely.
really got to the heights that you would expect of an international caliber player just yet, but he is a very smart cricketer, so I'm interested to see how he approaches this, and I think what he's going to do is he's just going to hit a single and get Matt Short on strike as much as possible.
As an owner, Deadly,
Yep.
has it been an easy watch this year?
For who?
Ollie Pope.
Well, I think you'd know my thoughts on him. Had him for 3 rounds. Finally got rid of him. I'm thrilled to get rid of him. Mate, he's had about 13 chances to get out, and he's only been out 3 times. It's ridiculous, some of the shots he's like either been dropped on, or he plays that just falls short, or just something lucky. But he had a couple of innings that were like 35 and 40, and he could have got out 7 times in each of them. It was a really tough own, because my God, every single ball you're just sitting there like, oh, just don't get out. And it was the same shit every single ball. I didn't have fun owning him, I'll tell you that much.
I'm glad they gave that wide. It's a clear tactic, as you said, Braino, just to bowl it as far away from him as you can, or as he can.
Yeah, it's definitely wide, past the wide line. So nothing wrong with that.
Tram line.
Yeah, God, no. That's well wide. I don't know what he's complaining about there. And he'll take the one. Smart batting.
So, at this point, the Stars were 2 for 157.
Okay.
But Marcus Stoinis had just entered the field.
He scored, 70 off 27 that game, didn't he? He went off.
75 off 31.
Yep.
6 sixes, 4 fours. So, unless Ollie Pope does a Marcus Stoinis, the Stars will shoot past him here.
Let me ask you this. Colin Munro has been in probably the worst form of his career up until now. Just doesn't look like hitting the middle of the bat. Now, tonight seems to be the setup for him to find some form. Good wicket. Rookie bowlers in Buckingham and Haskett coming into the team. Surely Colin Munro can kind of break that little spell that he's been on.
I'm cooking up a bolter bet in my head. I reckon he does shit all again. Give me a run total.
I'm glad I'm not the one on the losing end of this bolter bet.
Give me
15, Braino.
No, give me 19.5. I'll take 20 plus. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's got to be a good amount of bolter. Like
God. Ollie Pope with the reverse sweep to
That is
4.
probably the first good shot Ollie Pope has played all Big Bash.
19.5 for what? 2 4-packs?
Done.
Surely.
I'm on.
All right.
We're on.
So we've got Matt Short.
Yeah, so I got the under, you got the over.
Yes.
We've got Matt Short here. 97 coming onto strike.
Oh, bowled him.
Bowled him.
That's just poor batting. He's done that a number of times. Kuhneman was angling the ball into him, and he was still trying to give himself room outside leg to hit through through square. He was in for 3 or 4 balls. He needed to give himself a bit more time there to be able to earn the right to play those shots.
Alex Davies. Not Alex Davies. What's his name?
Ross, yeah.
Alex Ross comes in now, or do you think they go Jamie Overton now?
I think they need someone to turn the strike over for Short. So I think they'll go Ross. Yeah,
Ross,
I think they'll go Ross.
It'll be Ross for sure.
Unless they send Darcy Short in now and have a right-left combination, which would be my
Now
preference.
that the surge is done, I actually reckon Overton probably drops below Short now. Because Overton's a big
I mean,
hitter.
we've seen what Overton's been able to do this tournament so far. He's very good with the bat. So I'd be very surprised if he bats lower than 6.
Alex Ross, probably the best sweeper in the game, or one of the best sweepers in the BBL, Braino?
Before the past 2 rounds, I would have said he's the best number 5 in the comp, but Maxi Bryan has just sort of decided to be a fantastic cricketer again, doesn't he?
Let me tell you who the best sweeper is in the competition. Alex Ross is definitely up there, but I'll tell you who is coming through as one of the best sweepers in the comp, Nikhil Chowdhury. That bloke can sweep nearly anything.
Yeah, I do rate his sweeps. Yeah,
he's got a broom on him.
As we see the reverse sweep come out straight away.
Reverse sweep straight away.
Goodness me. Bit of Sam Constas about that, isn't there?
Matt Short, 97. Does the 100 come up this ball deadly? No.
I think they're going to bowl really slow to him here. It'd make sense to just entice him to take it on now on 97. You might jag a top edge somewhere.
Oh.
Well bowled.
That was really nicely bowled. Matt Short moves to 98 off 48 balls. So still looking really nice for that maximum strike rate bonus. Strikers 3 for 176 with still 6.2 or 38 balls left.
All right. So at this point, Marcus Stoinis. So Tim David has come on to bowl for the Hurricanes against the Stars. Marcus Stoinis has hit back-to-back sixes, and then he's gone 4 wides, and the Stars are back in front.
Beautiful shot from Ross. Through the covers. And we're seeing that a lot more. Play with the full face, which is exactly what Ollie Pope should have been doing to the ball that he got out on. You can give yourself room, but Ross is looking to hit that. Oh, no, my bolter bet could be in all sorts of trouble here because it looks like Munro's done a groiner and a ductor. He's done.
Looks like he's holding on to his leg.
He's done. That's a groin. That's an adductor, I think. He's finished.
Does the bolter bet get voided or what's the
Surely
going?
That's a void. That's got to be a void, doesn't it? Can we re-bet on something else for the second innings then? I'm happy to do that.
I'll re-bet on something else.
Horse's SuperCoach score this week. over under 200, and you can't go under, Deadly.
Fuck off, mate.
As we see
Beautiful shot from Ross.
another nice reverse sweep there by
I'll
Ross before.
Seriously, they are on 184 with what have we got? 36 balls left.
Yeah,
like they could genuinely be giving this score a run from the Stars.
They could be 275.
Stars
280.
were. Here you go. Stars were on the exact same score at the 14th over.
Wow. As a matter of interest, what did Hobart get in reply?
Hold on. 167.
So
Ben
well
McDermott
short,
was
but
just
they still got
five.
160 odd.
It was just impressive batting, really, wasn't it? Like if it was 220 or something.
Some of the shots that Maxi was pulling out in that, just reverse sweep, switch hits, everything was going for 4. He couldn't not find a boundary in that game.
There's Colin Munro holding his shoulder, then holding his groin, then.
And why is he still on the field?
I think he's just old.
It's Swepson as the
If he
captain of this team.
opens the bat, and that shit is not voided, by the way.
All right, so we've got Matt Short on 98. Nessa back into the bowling attack in the 15th over. And Matt Short on the front foot, pulling through mid-wicket. That's 4.
Through.
That's his 100.
100.
Raise your bat,
That's huge.
Braino. Congratulations. Your pod play has come off. 100 runs for Matt Short. And the man in the middle here, the man who is sitting 50th overall, has just banged the captain armband on him this week. Well done, Nathan.
Thank you. It's going to have to. I need another 50 from him at least to drag me out of the garbage that I'm in at the moment. I've had a pretty poor start to this round, so this can drag me out of the gutter. Hopefully, I can stay in the top 100 this week. I think that's probably the goal.
Matt Short well over 150 SuperCoach points now.
I'm avidly disliking this, I'll tell you that much anyway. I mean, yeah, congrats to you, Nathan. Like, I'm really happy for you and whatnot.
Yeah, I can tell you're stoked.
Michael Nessa's been slapped. Spencer Johnson's been slapped. This is just going all kinds of tits up for me here.
It's not good when you've got Nessa and Johnson. And obviously Bartlett hasn't had much luck either. Yeah, you're bowling to one of the most explosive batsmen in the country, aren't you? In situations like this on a very, very flat wicket at home with short square boundaries. There's just nothing in the bowler's favour here on this pitch.
That's right.
So at this point, Glenn Maxwell was on 119, by the way, of 49.
Yeah, right. What do you think Matt Short finishes with here? Because he looks gassed at the moment.
Oh, not much.
I think he goes ballistic. I reckon 140.
Oh, okay.
I reckon he goes soon. 115.
Also, for a bloke that is just coming off a broken toe, to be running between the wickets this often and this hard is pretty impressive. Let's see if that affects him, because just my luck, he'd be out next week. So fingers crossed. He's all right. Good question here from Boomer Star. With Matt Short passing his break even already, he's actually going to rise in price. So he'll be 250 upwards next week. Do you have to buy him now? Whatever his price is?
Yes.
Yes. I'm buying him next week.
I suppose.
Does that mean that you have to potentially do Overton to Short would be the natural path? Or is there a way you can keep both?
Were we able to get any confirmation on when Overton leaves?
I'm still pretty confident that he stays until end of round 8. I'm still pretty confident that he's got another game up his sleeve. Obviously, there were words floating around that, maybe he's leaving after round 7 instead of round 8, but I haven't seen any change or any mail that suggested that he's leaving early. So I'm saying that he's going to be here. But look, if by some miracle he does leave early, it's the easiest trade in the world to just do Overton to Short.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So looks like Colin Munro's got a sore hand, a sore finger, a sore shoulder, and also a pulled groin. So he's had
and Matt Short's just slapped another one away for 4. So the bulk of it was anything keeping me stable, Colin. What are we doing here?
Cole.
Yeah. I'm looking at my team now,
and we know from
I have
last.
No clue who to trade. For sure.
Yeah, next week's trades are going to be interesting, aren't they? I mean, if you've got Stars players, it's easy to just...
Colin Munro dislocated finger. Did you see that?
Is that why you reckon he was holding his hand down?
Yeah,
near his groin?
his little finger was pointing the other way.
Yeah, okay, that's not good. So if you go off the field, right, technically based on the rules, if you go off the field for a certain amount of time, I think it's more than 2 overs, you can't open the batting? Because that was what happened to Ben McDermott last night.
But Ben Duckett opened the batting round or two ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Ben Duckett opened.
He did, didn't he?
When he had the whole thing off. But
there is a rule, though.
I think McDermott was just cooked.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure.
All right, they've got, 5 overs left here? Deadly?
Yep.
They're on 196. Give me your unders or overs for 260. There's your bolter bet between you and Braino.
Well, that's too good of a line. I wouldn't bet on that personally. It's too good of a line. I'd probably say unders.
Did you say 260 was the over-under?
Yep.
Oh, 5 overs, they'd need 12 and over from here. Yeah, I'd say overs.
With the way they're batting, I'd go overs too. So you've gone unders, Deadly. No, there's your bolter bet, lads.
We're backing this off to one 4-pack though, because I'll tell you what.
I'm
not confident either way.
Agreed. And if Colin Munro bats, we'll chuck another 4-pack on that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, done.
I think he picked that one quite late, that wrong in from Swepson. Looked like it nearly did him there, and he's dug it out. It's a backward square leg, but gets Matt Short back on strike. 109 off 53 balls.
Raise the bat again, Braino, that he's just brought up his 150 SuperCoach points.
Nice. I felt pretty upset about missing Smudge, his score or Warner's score and all that, but I feel all right now. So I'll take
What did Smudge score today? SuperCoach wise?
166, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's 6.
Oh, that's huge. Oh, no.
Oh no, it's out.
Oh, it's not.
There you go.
It's gone.
109. That bolter bet's looking bad now with him out.
That did not travel far.
Was that caught Xavier Bartlett?
Yeah, caught Bartlett. So for the Bartlett owners, you get yourself 10 points. Swepson's bowled well here, 2 for 34 off 3.5.
Yeah, but for those of you that bought Matt Short in, regardless of whether you put the VC or C on him, congratulations. That is an absolute awesome return to form for the great man. 150 SuperCoach points. That could be updated as we see Jamie Overton coming in for the last
max strike rate.
4.5 overs. Kept his max strike rate. Congratulations and well done, that man.
Wow.
157 he ended on, Braino.
157. Good knock.
Wow.
Now we just need Nessa and Johnson to take some poles at the death with some junk. And that's what we're here for.
Yes, please. I'm here for it.
And you've got Overton Horse and Deadly and I don't.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I feel like
seems to be a bit of a common theme this season, Horse. You know, me and Nath sort of.
How do you mute this guy?
Is that why you're just so far below both of us?
There's 4 blokes who have topped out the 100 for the round so far. If I tell you that all 4 of them have represented Australia, you'll be like, yep, that's to be expected. But if I told you that it's Short, Smudge, Warner, and Tim David of all people,
I've got bigger news
and
for you.
Moises on Reeks.
There's
and
5.
Moises there you go.
And Moses.
And Ashton Turner.
Yeah, and Ashton Turner too.
Did he end up getting 100, did he?
Yeah, he got 101.
Oh, that's a good shot.
That's a good shot from Alex Ross. Has the sweep on it.
That's a nice sweep. 19 off 7 he moves to. He's coming. He's not mucking around either. Alex Ross.
Bit of Marcus Stoinis about it, dare I say?
Yeah, just a tad.
Marcus
Stoinis has become a bit of a popular trade out this week. Any concerns around the hammy from either of you? Horse, what are you thinking at the moment with him?
Good question. I didn't know about the hammy until today. I'm kind of locked into him at the moment.
I would probably jump in and say straight out because he's got the bye next week anyway.
Yeah, he'll be a trade out.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a big hit by Ross. Bang. I might be a little bit behind you blokes.
About a minute behind now.
Yeah, you're about a minute behind. I think I'm looking at trading him out. I can still make a decision to bring him back in the last game if I want to, because I still have a trade up my sleeve that I technically haven't made a decision on yet. So I could keep him. We'll see which direction I go. I'm not going to tell you which way I'm going because IJ's in the chat, and he's going to want to know what my trades are. So I might play a little bit of ducks and drakes with him.
I've just worked out I can I've got Bethel sitting there, so I can sub Bethel in for Stoin.
Okay. I mean, look, you've got that decision. The good thing is you can make that decision tomorrow if he gets ruled out or we get some news that potentially Stoinis won't bowl in this game. That probably qualifies him as a trade out considering the Stars have the bye next round.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got Spencer Johnson here waiting patiently to take on Overton.
Hopefully take his wicket.
That would be great.
You know what? I would not like that.
I bet you wouldn't.
I would like Jamie Overton to hit 6 sixes.
And Jasper in the chats mentioned that Chris Lynn looks to be done for the night as well. Obviously, we're not listening to the commentary, so we're not quite sure on what's been said. But if you can let us know in the chat, that'd be great.
Is it because he just can't be asked fielding, or give us a reason, Jasper?
He can have the rest of the night off. It doesn't worry me. He went well enough for me.
He's not in the BBL to field, is he?
What was the hamstring tightness? Apparently, is the word.
Not hamstring awareness.
No. So tightness this time.
All right, not
the level above awareness.
All right.
Interesting. So who are they going to get sub on?
Who's that?
Surely not Harry Menenti.
It doesn't matter. You don't score points, I don't think, do you?
Wouldn't have thought so, no.
But no, you don't score points in the field, only if he bats. And Lynn's already batted, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So at this point, the Stars were 2 for 204. So strikers are ahead.
Oh, that's a baseball club.
Oh, that was just awkward, wasn't it?
Very
was
ordinary.
it Bartlett out there?
Nessa.
God, Nessa's had a Barney, hasn't he?
He's not really moving too quick, is he?
No, he's not. He's not at all.
He officially got word that he was brought into the horses for courses this week, and he's like, how badly can I shit the bed this week? And
that's a tough bounce. Yeah, but usually when the batsman rolls their wrists on that, the ball's going to fucking spin. So that's pretty tough. Can't really blame him too much for that.
Came at him at pace too.
No, I expect it, did he?
Yeah, they're swinging their tits off here.
They're going for the record.
They heard about the Bolter bet and they're like, come on, let's help Braino out here. Let's get him before that.
Yeah.
Matrix, we can always do something for you, my friend.
Oh, what would you Matrix. Like? He's in the chat, is he?
He's in the chat. Can you do something for me, he asked. Of course we can.
He's going to get Deadly to sing, I reckon.
Not a chance I'm singing. I'll tell you what I can do, Matrix. I can tell you how good Kendrick Davis is.
Oh, my captain.
Davis.
Oh, how about this, though? No, how about this? Little intermission from the BBL just for a second. I've captained Derek Walton Jr. in NBL. He's on -1 and it's halftime.
Oh, no.
What's he done, Matty? Tell us. Inform us, because what the hell's happened here?
I thought that this night couldn't get any better, and then you tell me that, Deadly. I
didn't captain Kendrick Davis. I still own him, but I captained Cotton this week. So let's see how we go.
My captain has -1.
Oh,
good thing I was never winning anything in that game. Good gray.
Right, we've got Overton on strike. 2 balls left in the 17th over. Johnson has been absolutely spanked. 43 off his 3.4 as Overton drives him down the ground for maybe just one.
Just one.
This is where that negative strike rate would come into it, Braino, because he's currently going at 11 and over here.
Yeah, I'd love for them to implement something around that, around negative points. I think we're giving points to players, and that's fine. But I think that it added an extra element, a tactical element to the game if you did negative points based on players getting spanked when they're bowling. And IJ suggested potentially a -5 or a -10 for a drop catch, which I also like the idea of.
I don't know about the drop catch one. Because you think about it, just quick ones straight back to the bowler that they'll probably never catch.
You know what?
Some people catch.
Be better.
I don't know. It's that's probably the reason why it's not in, I suppose.
Johnson ends up on 45 off his 4 overs, no wickets, and I'll tell you how many SuperCoach points in a sec. It won't be many.
Didn't bowl many dots, did he?
5 dots. So he ends up on 5.
Well, he had a couple of wides, I think, as well. So
Yeah. Nessa is currently on 3. Bartlett's on 13. Kuhneman's on 43. Swepson on 45. Matt Short, 154. Chris Lynn, 72. Alex Ross is already on 48. Alex Carey with 13. Your man, Ollie Pope Deadly with 6. And
Not my
Overton
man.
on 2.
Not my man.
Matrix has taken his time getting us to do whatever he wants.
No, he's put it in.
Has he?
Yep. Matty, I know it, so just go left to right because they will not know.
Couldn't tell you.
How do you respond when I say I might swerve?
Is that something to do with
corner.
this? Hang on. So the question was starting right to left. How do you respond when I say I might swerve, bend the corner? And the only guess that I have, because I guarantee you, I know Deadly knows, is it something to do with LiAngelo Ball?
Yeah, it's LiAngelo Ball's song.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That's
Fuck,
the
I've
first
seen
line of
that,
it.
and I'm like, that's the only guess I had. I had nothing.
He's trying to get us to say like, whoa. Oh, Bartlett,
No
that's
chance.
very ordinary.
Kuhneman 2 for 42 off his 3.2. Kuhneman has been relatively good considering he had to bowl during the power play to that onslaught from Lynn and Short. He's actually done
another
quite well.
6. Alex Ross just puts him just over the top of deep mid on. So Alex Ross moves to 30 off 13 balls.
You're way behind, Horse.
Yeah, you're way behind again.
Oh, no.
Oh, Nessa. Oh, my God.
Nessa's just dropped a dolly
He's
at
just hit it
long off.
straight down his throat, and it's trickled over the boundary.
So Short goes to 36 off 15 balls.
Ross.
Kuhneman.
Short's already out, mate.
Sorry, Ross. Ross goes to... Sorry, I got Short on my mind. Ross, yeah. Oh, that is a... He wasn't even close. I reckon he's gone
That's
full
dolly.
crocodile there, and it's completely missed it. No skin on that ball whatsoever.
On any
What
day
Nessa-
not ending in today, he's normally one of the Brisbane Heat's better fielders too.
Yeah.
Nessa has had
Well, he's
2
fielding in the
shockers in a row
hotspots.
in the field.
He's fielding in the hotspots.
Is it the
Usually
case
he's
that
good.
we say it in footy a lot, and I'm sure it's the same in NRL, Braino, but when you have an interrupted pre-season, you're coming into the season, you're on the back foot right from the start, you find it hard to catch up and you find like you're behind the 8 ball for a lot of the time?
Yeah, of course. It takes you a little bit to adjust and play catch. Oh, obviously, you know, you're not playing games, and there's
bowled
as we see Overton get bowled by Kuhneman, another wicket, and IJ's going to be stoked with that. And Deadly and I are pretty stoked with Overton getting out for 3. We can see Horse isn't too happy because Overton's been pretty ordinary the last couple of weeks, and there is the perfect.
He's still got 4 bowling overs at least.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Could be worse, Horse. You could have Spencer Johnson and or Nessa.
I do have Nessa.
Well, you could
To be
have
fair,
Spencer
that's pretty
Johnson.
unlucky. That's pretty unlucky. He's gone to flick one through mid-wicket, and it's come off the back of his back pad and trickled onto off stump. Like it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's a bit shit.
Overton definitely will be one of the most captain players, I'm assuming, as well in this round. We'll quickly bring the stats up if we.
Yeah, I've got him
ranked
here,
in the
mate.
top 1%. 20% captained.
Okay.
Chief is.
So is he the most captain player? No, Will Sutherland is.
Yeah, Chief's 30% captained. Matt Short 7% captained.
7.7. Yeah, Nessa 7.7.
Jeez,
Maxwell
Ness
3.8.
You Harry Mantis, Liam Scott.
Marcus Stoinis 2.3. Bo Webster 2.3. Tom Rogers 1.6.
1.1.
And Stephen
Johnson.
Smith 1.3.
Bravo to anybody who captained or vice captained Steve Smith. Well played. That was good.
All of these, like Menentis, Scotts, and whatnot, they'll be taking Warner's loop because Warner is 17% VC'd. You'd think.
Just interviewing Matt Short here, and I'm just
Did you hear
enjoying myself.
Kath's first question to him?
What was it? You look cooked.
No, the first question was, did you realise that when you were traded out of the Horses for Courses owned by the horse himself, that you finally were able to just unleash the shackles and just play your natural game? And he said, that is the exact reason.
Yeah, he felt like a weight was lifted off him as soon as he got traded out, he said.
Truer words have never been said.
I feel like a horse has been lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that's SuperCoach. Sometimes you have the rub of the green, sometimes you don't.
I'm very concerned, I must admit, because I have had the rub of the green. There is no doubt about it. I've been lucky. I've made the right choices in saying that, and I'm not trying to discredit the fact I've done well, but I'm very concerned for football season because it's all swings and roundabouts in SuperCoach world. You know that the good luck comes, but so does the bad luck. So there's a 50,000 ranking in my future, I think, in the NRL this coming season if I'm going to use up all my luck now.
We've got 11 balls left to get 32 runs for that bolter bet.
I think you're safe, Deadly.
I don't want to say anything too
I don't
early.
know. With Alex Ross on strike,
we say 260.
So, at the end of
runs off 10
the 18th, the Stars were 2 for 33. And then they proceeded to finish the 19th at 2 for 66. So, yeah, they scored enough in this over, and I think we can eliminate the record out of this.
Nessa's going to bowl the last over.
Yeah.
Good
He's
news.
got an over left.
What's the good news, Nath?
That Nessa is bowling the last over.
Oh, good shot there.
Oh, that is a good shot. Oh, actually, I thought he hit that much cleaner.
That's
and
what I
harder
mean.
than he
It's
actually did.
bloody. Like, I thought that the one Matt Short got out was absolutely flying, and it just stopped in the air.
That was to the long boundary as well, though. I think we're just so naturally used to him targeting the short boundary. But yeah, that looked like a little pitching wedge, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I know all about them.
Tim Payne looks pretty happy. His boys putting some runs on the board.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be? Highest total for the team ever.
Don't mind the wide brim hap at 9 o'clock at night as well. As we see Ross just punching that through gully. That's a ripper shot for 4.
Xavier Bartlett joining the Hasnain and Wes Agar club, going for 51 off his 3.4 overs. There is still 2 balls left, so
don't you dare
bring
that.
While you're looking at that, Braino, I'm just going to look up one Mr. Bartlett. He's 174k. His break even was only 25, so he's not.
20, that's
even if he doesn't
fall,
he's going to take cash. Yeah,
it's because round before this, it was his 100 or whatever.
He got 100, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just looking at the top 10 most owned players in the 1% at the moment, Will Sutherland, the most owned, 97%. Stoinis, 82.8%, but people are trading him out this week. Jake Doran, for obvious reasons. Tom Rogers is the 4th most owned player in the top 1% at 73.1%, and I don't own him, and I can't get to him this week, and I'm petrified. Chris Green. Chris Green, the 5th most owned at 60.1. Jamie Overton, 54.4. He's the 6th most owned in the top 1%.
Yeah.
David Warner, 7th most owned. Cooper Connolly, 8th most owned. Spencer Johnson, Nikhil Chowdhury round out 9 and 10.
Right.
Okay.
So a bit of movement this week.
Yeah, bit up and down for everyone.
Yep. Good for Warner owners.
They're running through the overs here.
They're probably behind. They're probably just trying to get set so they don't get a penalty. After having to collect so many balls out of the bloody churches that Matt Short did earlier.
What is he? Matt Shirt.
Matt Shit.
He has been until this round.
Yeah. Alex Ross has done a really good job at the back end of the innings here. He's not really renowned for his big hitting, but he's managed to find the boundary more often than not. 44 off 19 balls he's got.
You know how I feel about these batters, these specialist 5 batters that don't bowl. They just come in just to finish the innings. They're my favourite people in the Big Bash.
He's done a good job, not just this year with the strikers, but for the Thunder as well.
Just everywhere he goes. He's been very solid.
They've cut that off. They've run 2. 5 for 239 with 5 balls remaining.
Can Nessa also join the Wes Agar, Hasnain and Spencer and Xavier Bartlett?
Have you got Nessa, Braino?
Yeah, I've got him. Yep.
Okay. Deadly?
Unfortunately.
Yep. Put him last week.
Let's get a hat trick.
Yeah, why not?
Wouldn't mind one.
He's got one before. Well, that's
straight up in the air, is it? Oh, no. That looks like it's going pretty low.
Oh,
it's caught. No, it's dropped. Oh, he didn't flick it back far enough.
Yeah, that's hard.
In the words of the Skodfather, Renshaw, you spud.
Tell you what, Renshaw wasn't a popular man in the Patreon subscriber WhatsApp, was he, this afternoon? I think every question that said, should I trade out Renshaw or insert any other player? And the answer was always Renshaw. No one rated him this week.
Oh, I was going to bring this up before, just quickly. And then IJ said Tim David a buy. With the Hurricanes double next round, how many players are you targeting? As Darcy Short has just
that's
smashed
huge.
One.
Oh, no, it looks like it's just gone straight up.
It's made the 6.
Oh, no, it's gone for 6.
Still a short boundary. But yeah, how many Hurricanes are you targeting for the double?
Good question. I currently have 2. I'll probably get 1 or 2 more. 1 or 2 more. I don't want more than 4. And I think we've seen, and the reason for that is like when you kind of overcompensate on one team, you start to get players you normally wouldn't play on a single. But because we're only 2 rounds out from the end of the competition, you can kind of bring them in for the double, then fuck them straight off and trade them out. So, I mean, look, I've got Jordan and Chowdhury at the moment. They're the 2 that are in my team. I mean, look, there's so many other options. Tim David's been fantastic. Riley Meredith has also been great. Nathan Ellis has been awesome. Ben McDermott, obviously, now we don't know what's going on with his fitness. So probably not an option, but they're probably the ones I'm looking at. Meredith, Ellis. Yeah, that'd probably be it. What about you?
Unlike a lot of double game weeks, it looks like we might get a game for both the Ninja Stadium on Tuesday the 14th and Thursday up at the Gabba. There is 1 to 5 mil of rain around on the Thursday, but 31 degrees during the day. So
yeah, it'd be sweet.
I reckon we might be right there. So for me, I'm looking at bringing in Riley Meredith.
Yep.
He looks pretty good with the ball, and he's bowling with heat at the moment and putting in good areas. I don't know about any other batsmen now that McDermott's out, though. Owen's priced out. Wade, you can't trust.
Owen's 120. It won't be terrible.
Oh, is he 120 now, is he?
He will be 120 after this week, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't mind that then. I don't mind that at all.
Sorry, not Owen. Oh, I'm thinking David. Sorry, my fault. No, Owen will be priced out. You're right. Yeah. David will be 120.
Yep.
All right. I think that's... So, yeah, no more than 4 is what we pretty much all agree. And as we see, the last ball of the innings, Darcy Short chips it up. And I don't know... Oh, has McSweeney caught that? I don't know if he's got his hands under that. Probably not.
They don't have a review, but they'll look at it.
I don't
Oh, that looks like a catch. Oh, no, he's thrown it in. So surely if he's thrown it in, he's not confident.
He's not confident. And
no, he doesn't look confident.
2 or 3?
They cracked 250. Have they?
Yeah, they've cracked 250 for sure.
Yeah, they're just waiting to see if it's a catch or not.
Yeah.
So that looks like it might be 251.
14 sixes.
So a question here from Braden, who is an Insight BBL member. If you own Harper and Doran, what are we doing next week with the Stars buy? Just fade the position. Yeah, probably. That's probably what I'm inclined to do, unless I get Seifert.
That's not a catch. So that'll be runs.
Yeah. I think they're in 2, would be my guess.
That'll be 251.
251.
Second highest BBL score ever, Deadly?
I believe so,
yeah. It would have been 230 something was.
238 or something.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break here. So we're going to have a bit of time out to get a drink and do what we need to do. The Adelaide Strikers pile on 251 runs in their 20 overs, led by the man, Matt Short. Matt Short scores 154 SuperCoach points. Chris Lynn started off the innings really well, 72 SuperCoach points. Alex Ross, 69 SuperCoach points. And with Brisbane, we've got Matt Kuhneman, 74 SuperCoach points. Swepson 45, and then it's a long way down to Xavier Bartlett with 14. What do you got for us, Deadly?
You were going to hope I forgot about that, weren't you, Nath?
What's that?
The bulk of it. I won.
Oh, yeah, you win.
I won.
Congratulations.
I forgot about it.
You can have
That's all right. Well, if what's old mate's name again? Colin Munro has a bat, then they're on for basically a double or nothing.
Yeah, maybe I'll cook up a double or nothing if Colin Munro doesn't bat. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, right. Done. All right.
So I'm just trying to find the video, Braino.
Is it there? It's right at the bottom, mate. I'll click it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. A quick intermission. Even the best of us need a break from time to time. Deadly, you first, mate. What did you make of the strikers 5 for 200 and a million?
I'll give you a quick laugh before that. So you can't even leave me 5 minutes without me fucking something up.
What'd you do?
Me headset corders gone and wrapped around my beer, and there's fucking beer all over the floor. I have to clean that up.
Unreal.
But yeah,
I've heard a lot of clinking in your room when we've been on mic, Deadly, in the past. So that doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, that reminds me. Feel free to put in the chat when your first beer was, because quite clearly Deadly's was tonight.
No, it can't be after his mum came into his room on mic and said he needed to clean up his room, wasn't it, the other week?
Yeah, that was.
Hey, Mum.
Yeah. All right, we'll digress. Strikers 251. Yeah, good. Bloody impressive from Matt Short. Look, I don't own him. I'm a bit cut about it, but you can't knock how good that innings was. Mm-hmm. First innings back out of a broken toe. It's ridiculous how well he was seeing him and how well Chris Lynn was seeing him early on, and that just built the foundation, and the rest were just able to do whatever they want. Alex Ross had a good time, I'm sure, sweeping everything he wanted, and yeah, 251, second highest ever. Good luck.
It's probably about 80 or 90 too many, I reckon.
Yeah.
Braino, as a Matt Short owner and captainer, congratulations. But with 250 on the board and the Heat having to go hammer and tong right from the start, are you hoping that Matt Short bowls the first over?
Oh, of course I am. Of course I'm hoping he does. I don't think he does, though. I just have this feeling that he might not bowl. Due to the fact they've got so many runs on the board. Also, the fact that he's coming off that broken toe. I just don't know whether they need to risk bowling him. And maybe.
Oh, I think we've lost Braino.
We've lost him. All right.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
Sorry, I'm back.
He's back.
He's back. All right. PC.
I hope in summary, I hope they do bowl him, but I don't think they will.
Yeah. So we look at the Adelaide Strikers bowling lineup. They've got Haskett, Buckingham, Doggett, and Overton. They're the quicks. They've got Lloyd, Pope, and Matt Shaw. They're the spinners.
I can definitely see Short bowling one or two.
Yeah, I think he gets one or two. Yeah.
I think when we looked at the lineup of Pope only, the only spinner, it's the option of do you bowl Darcy Short or do you bowl Matt Short? And I think those are the only two options as your second spinner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we saw how nothing played good on that deck bowling wise, but spin took all the wickets.
You're right.
Surely
it's
they
true.
just bank on that, you know, and just bowl Short the first over, see how it goes, and go from there. That's what I think they'll do.
I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I still have so much beer all over the floor.
It's unreal.
So yeah, actually, no. To be fair, I feel you, Deadly, because I did exactly the same thing about 2 weeks ago. Because I got a new desk and I've got a little bit more space now, thankfully, because I spend a lot of time at this desk with the amount of podcasting we do.
Yeah.
And I had my beer next to me here, and it's in front of my laptop with the screen up. And I turned in my chair and elbowed my beer, but my beer went all over the back of my green screen here too. So the whole room just stunk of beer for like 3 days. I had to light a candle in here to try and get rid of it. So
yeah, hold on.
Have a look
at my candles.
Have a look at this for a pivot, Braino.
What's that?
Legend in the chat had Matt Short in, but then changed to Steve Smith when the weather cleared up.
Oh, stop it! I mean, you're still ahead at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well played.
Not a bad pivot.
Either way,
you're going to make it.
Either way, you're doing better than me.
Round, yeah.
And let's face it, this round, there is no way in the world someone has more than one of Smith, Short, Overton. I think there's every chance you only have one of the three.
Yeah.
Smith, Short, or Warner, you mean?
No, Overton because he's expensive. But
Okay.
yeah, but Warner you probably could have because you would have targeted him on the double the last week, but you wouldn't have bought Matt Short before this week. And people traded Overton out, thankfully, which was a good move. And if you didn't get him back, very well played so far. You're just going to have to hope that he doesn't go and take 4 poles.
And I'll be honest, I completely forgot Steve Smith was even playing today before down to the onto the deck. I was like, Smith's back. Sweet.
Smith is back. Yes. You know, Smith has nearly ended my BBL SuperCoach season 2 out of the last 3 seasons by doing that to me as a non-owner.
Well, Sam Harper's ended 2 out of 2 of mine, so there we go.
Well, you know what? Yeah, actually, that's a good call. Fun fact, Andrew Langley, when he went back-to-back, did not own Steve Smith for those 200s in a row and still won the competition. So it's not all over if you miss a player.
Unreal.
I don't know.
You just got to make sure you get your captain right, though.
How are you looking in your head-to-head leagues at the moment, Braino?
Let me check. I'll bring him up.
And I'll ask you as well, Pedley.
All right, no, I've got it up. I'll give you a quick one. So
you're talking about your leagues, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So the guy in the Insight C League, the $25 comp, is the guy I'm playing this week is currently ranked 4th overall, DJ Bravo champion. He's only on 143 SuperCoach points at the minute.
Okay.
But he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players playing tomorrow.
Oh, he's going to be sweating tomorrow watching that game. That's for sure.
Oh.
I'm in Podmasters seeded league at the moment. 5-1 and first in that league. The $100 Insight A League, I'm 4-2, which puts me 3rd. B League, I'm in 4-2, which puts me 3rd, and then C League, I'm 4-2, which puts me 4th. So basically, I'm 4-2 in every single Insight league that I'm in.
4-2 in the top 3 12-team leagues. Fair enough.
Yes. Yeah, and that's a nice little shout there. All 3 Insight 16-team leagues. 12-team leagues are the first ranked teams, second and third ranked teams in the competition for 12-team leagues.
We're bloody good.
We're not bad. Not to mention our total points Insight BBL Unlimited League is the number 1 ranked league in the whole competition with 979 people. We've got a league average of 835 as well, which is pretty impressive.
That's nuts.
So, yeah, popping off at the moment, which is great.
And that man, DJ Bravo champion, ranked 4th overall, is currently leading that group of people. 979 people we have in that.
Mm-hmm. Not bad at all.
Mick, are you even in contention for any sort of finals in any league, or
yes,
even your public league?
I think so. Hopefully, like in this 8-team league that I'm in, and I'm not last, it's top 8. I am 6th.
Good luck finding a top 8.
I know. I am 6th at the moment in the BBL Masters. Hang on, I'll bring it up. In the seeded, yeah. So the one that Braino's 4th in, I am 7th. Sorry, and then Insight B League, I'm 7th, and in the Insight C League, I'm not going very well. I'm 11th.
You're 11th.
Yep, but I'm currently projected to beat the 3rd team this week.
Oh, you're on the comeback.
Yeah.
Is there any chance you can get into the top 4 of any of those leagues?
Yes.
With a win, with a big score this week?
I am 1 win away from 6th. So I'm on the same points as you, Deadly. We're all on 9 points.
Yeah, but I think this is the last week to get.
Next week is semi-finals for head-to-head.
Yeah, so you have to be top 4 after this week.
Oh, easy. I'm winning this week by a couple hundred points.
Nave's first in that league now, so that's great.
Yep.
Someone's got to do it.
Yep. So
Nessa opening the batting.
You win some, you lose some.
Wait, what?
Michael Nessa is opening the batting with Jack
Wood.
The
things you love to see.
Hey,
obviously Colin Munro's in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah.
So.
And
Michael
Jack
Nessa
Wood.
Opening the batting.
Oh, God.
Here's the double or nothing. Michael Nessa to make it through 20 balls.
If he makes it through 20 balls, he'll be on 50.
Are you saying you're taking that he makes it through less than 20?
What do you want? I'll go the other one. I'm happy to go the other one. Because I reckon he makes 20 balls, actually.
All right, I'll just take the unders then.
All right.
So 19.5's the line. If he gets to 20, you've got it.
Yep.
All right.
I don't
Hey,
trust
stats man, can you see whether Michael Ness has ever opened the batting?
I'll tell you now, no. Surely not.
We need a Laurie, what's his name? The guy that does all the stats behind the scenes for these guys, for the Fox.
Yeah.
Laurie someone, what's his name? I can't remember. That's deadly. Might have to find out his full name.
Doggett's got a bit of swing away in the air, moving it away a little bit there. First ball of the innings.
Yeah, Nessa had a bit and then forgot how to do it, so.
Snoop Doggy Doggity Diggity Doggett.
Diggity Doggett. You moved him on this week, Braino, or you still got him?
I did trade him. I'm not set on his replacement just yet. I just moved him on. So I can play around with whoever I want to bring in tomorrow for tomorrow's game. And I'm going to leave it right to the last minute on my decision so that no one knows.
I just looked up Michael Nessa opening. And you know how Google has that AI thing now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, Michael Nessa is not an opener, but he is a fast bowler.
Jack Wood making this wicket look like the SCG during the last test at the moment. He's played and missed that by a long way. So Toggett's starting well here with the ball.
He's just tried to pull one and he's edged it into his bottom, into his inside thigh, and they scamper through for a single there. So Wood's off the mark. Happy days.
I want both of you to go. I don't even know how to say it. Michael Nessa's middle name, Gertges, Gertges.
Oh,
Russell.
He sounds like Gary to me.
Good Gertz.
Gertez.
Gorgeous.
Bro.
Michael Gertges Nessa. Yeah, interesting.
What is that?
Interesting.
Where's
he born? Is he born in Australia?
Opening, though?
Oh, they need quick runs, mate.
So he's born in South Africa, Michael Nessa.
Yeah.
So technically, he could play for England because they let anyone play in their test squad.
Good shout.
They
let New Zealanders. They let New Zealanders captain
brother
the
is
team.
named
So.
Francois.
There you go.
Francois Nessa.
Yeah, fair call. I like the name Francois.
Moved to the Gold Coast at the age of 10, so there we go. So he's basically South African.
I know we're not listening to the KO commentary this evening because why would you be when we're live? But how many times do you think Michael Hussey's brought up his SuperCoach team tonight?
6.
At least. Minimum 5.
Yeah.
At
he does
least.
love
He
it,
loves
doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the official ambassador, so fair enough. Like, he's probably got a quota of how many times he needs to mention it on air. That'd be part of the deal. But it's good, like, when these guys are playing. Like, Shane Warne, obviously, was the main ambassador for SuperCoach. Used to wear the green jacket all the time, the SuperCoach jacket. Oh, that's
Nessa.
a great shot from Nessa.
Backs away, over mid-wicket, count corner, easy as you like. He has only got to make another 247 to get him close.
Yes, and another 247 to salvage our SuperCoach teams for the week.
All right, I've finally got the stat, and this is Michael Nessa's very first time of opening.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
I wonder if he opened the batting in junior cricket and stuff coming up.
Maybe.
Surely,
well,
guys at this level for the most.
Younger?
I opened every now and again, but I was normally a 3 or 4 when I was through juniors. Because opening the batting is a certain skill, right? Like you either open or you don't. Essentially, like for me, I was always a 3 or 4. I was never a guy that opened the batting for some reason.
Yep.
And Horst, did you like the fact that I actually fixed up your name underneath you so that it's actually your Twitter handle now? Because you've had fucking Horse SC there, and it's been annoying me for God knows how long. Because that's not even your Twitter handle.
Thanks.
That's good.
You're welcome.
As we say,
now you're going to get some followers.
Oh, good. Ladies and gentlemen, add myself, Deadly, and Braino for all your SuperCoach needs, not just for BBL. AFL is coming up. NRL is coming up. Deadly's going to join me for a few AFL episodes this year too. Looking forward to that, mate.
Yeah, I'm being held hostage.
You're not meant to say that live on air, dickhead.
Sorry. No, I'm keen for it. You know,
Yeah.
I enjoy SuperCoach. I enjoy talking about footy. This is a good way to do it. Even talk about cricket. It's always good fun. I think maybe we might have some commentary coming into AFL. I don't know, but potentially, might get involved in that. We'll see how we go. Like, it's all just a bit of fun at the end of the day, and yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Are you going to call them the orange team when you commentate them?
No, we won't be commentating the orange team. But breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, we will be commentating a game, and it's the very first game of the year, round 0, Brisbane versus Geelong at the Gabba. Lock that in. You'll see myself, Deadly, and Skitty live here on the Insight Fantasy Sports Network for round 0, first game of the year.
Scorched Earth wants you to commentate a Swans game for Scorched as Misso.
Mrs. Bleached Earth.
Yeah.
Good.
Fine.
Love it.
We'll get it sorted.
Twist the rubber arm.
Yeah. Haskett bowling pretty well here.
Yeah, he started well.
Really well.
Just not overly quick, 134 clicks, but left arm over. Not moving the ball too much. Yeah. He's a big lad. I don't know much about him though, Nath. Is he a local cricketer that's come up?
I wish I did know.
Stats man.
WA boy.
He's actually from
coming through.
The Scorchers.
Yep.
I knew that much about him.
Nessa.
Nessa's just planted him for 6.
That's off the front foot, that pull shot. It's an incredibly impressive shot for a guy who never opens the batting. Yeah, and obviously, look, he's a good batsman, Michael Nessa. He's an all-rounder, a genuine all-rounder. So it's not like we're surprised that he's opening the batting because he definitely can do it. But he's done that easy.
Question for you.
Yep.
Are you worried if you're Jack Wood and you've got a number 7 or number 8 making batting look a little easy right now and he's played and missed 3 or 4 times already?
I'd be a little bit, I'd be a little bit concerned.
Yeah.
That SuperCoach with DR is struggling a little bit.
Our man.
At the other end.
He's just
that's a
blasted
beautiful
another one.
shot.
So
Nessa.
Nessa has just rocketed to 18 off 7 rocks and almost got us a strike rate bonus, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting his points that he should have got with the ball, with the stick. And
keep it going.
Who would have known that he's looked better in the 7 balls that he's been here than what Cullen Munro has looked all year?
Maybe they need to do a straight shot.
30 more balls to go.
You can tell Haskett's grown up in WA with the way that he bowls into the wicket, looking for the bounce, looking to kind of get that bounce out of the wicket, and you're just not really going to get too much of it out of this. It seems a little bit flat and a little bit slow and low.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, look at that.
And he's out.
Right.
Is he caught?
Yeah, he's caught that.
He's caught it. He was on the Scorchers list last year. That's all I know. Shush, all right?
Hey, Deadly.
Don't say it.
We're even.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'll tell you what, he didn't miss it either.
No.
Alex Ross has nearly dropped that one too, I'll tell you what. Nearly slipped out of the fingers there, caught it in 2 fingers. Ball looks like it's coming on pretty nicely though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So who do they bring on now in this random?
No, it'll be McSweeney.
Well, who was meant to... Oh, McMunro, that's right, yeah.
Although the experiment with Nessa, even though we only made 18, I'd say it'd be a success.
Nah, they'll probably just go back to standard batting order now, you'd think, actually.
You'd think so.
Just get your actual batters out there, somewhat get a score up.
Yeah, good question. Scorched Earth. When do we see Marley Beardman?
Damo, if you're watching, let us know. You're the man over in WA that's got all the news, mate. So please, if you know, let us know.
But geez, I'll tell you what, if it's not this season, it'll probably be first game of next.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an excitement machine, isn't he? Jack Wood, off the back foot, hits that one through backward square for 4.
I'll tell you what he isn't. The Mark Steckety jugs machine.
There's been a few Mark Steckety jugs machines. Maybe we're going to have to rename that because there's Steckety and then there was Wes Agar was sending him down like that.
Wes Agar it might be the Wes Agar jugs machine because he's done it 2 games in a row now.
I kind of feel sorry for Wes Agar though because yesterday he had to bowl the surge because we said it in the chat the other day. Thunder have no surge or death bowlers in their whole squad now. Now that Ferguson's gone, they've got nobody to bowl death. Hasnain doesn't know where they're going. He bowls quick, but he doesn't really have much control. You saw how many rank full tosses he bowled the other night. And Garton can probably be the one that bowls at the death or bowls during the surge. He changes it up nicely, but he's still also a little bit erratic. bowled a fully on Matt Wade's hip that went for 6.
Mm-hmm.
They're struggling. I'm quite concerned about the Thunder's lineup, to be honest.
They're sitting on top of the ladder now, aren't they?
Hobart are.
Hobart.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's
they
right,
lost
too.
to Hobart. Yeah.
I tell you what, if Garton's bowling in the surge and batting at 7 or whatever he is, I'm picking him.
Yeah, probably not for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a Thunder supporter, Nath, how did you find his debut? Because Hasnain was ordinary, but he actually looked all right.
Garton, yeah, he was okay. I mean, obviously, when you're playing your first game in the country for a while, we're going to forgive him for any kind of slow start or any poor bowling. But he looked passionate, didn't he? He looked like he wanted to be there. He looked like he was trying to get himself into the game, as many opportunities as he could. I think he played 6 BBL games a while back for the Strikers. I didn't really light the world on fire by any means. So am I interested SuperCoach-wise? No, probably not. I don't think so. 117.5K. He didn't really do anything aside from, I think he took a couple of junk wickets, didn't he, in the end?
He did,
but he does have a nice slow ball, and he does do a lot of off-pace deliveries. So that's kind of what you need during a surge and at the death. So I'd say they're going to use him there until Daniel Sams comes back. Am I right in saying he should be back for the final game?
Final game, yes.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. Because the Thunder play the first game as well for the next 2 rounds. So perfect loop options.
With finals on the line.
12-day concussion, it'll be the 13th day since the concussion will be their game.
Yeah, that'll be touch and go. So he's got to pass all of his protocols perfectly to make sure he plays. Yeah.
Nessa ends the night on 22 SuperCoach points, well below what you'd expect.
Yucky.
I'm fairly certain
some people captained him, didn't they? From memory?
I'm fairly certain. Well, I think, let me check. But I'm pretty sure the Insight community team has Kazim captained.
Oh, no. Insight community team was flying as well. I think you're only like 60 points behind me. Like, you should have been like top 200.
And we had Warner too.
Damn.
We're going good. We traded
the Insight community team came 52nd last year. And it makes you think that the most obvious moves are probably the right moves. And we talk ourselves out of so many decent trades throughout the week by overthinking it.
Yeah, 100%, mate. As we see a scoop shot go forward somehow and they scamper through for a single.
A good throw.
This could be McSweeney's legacy if he manages to at least get them close. Because no one else in this team is going to do that, I don't think.
No. Maxi Bryant, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. On this wicket, he should.
What do you reckon par is this week at this stage? 700? Maybe a bit less?
SuperCoach?
Yeah.
It's hard to say because so many captaincy options are next game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there's a lot on the Chief, obviously. He's the most captained. Just looking at just average scores at the moment in the leagues that I am in. I'm just going to bring them up very quickly. In the Podmasters seeded league, a lot of teams floating between 300 to 490.
Yeah, right.
There's a couple of 270s, a 300, a 240, a 270, a 350, and then a couple of 480s in that league.
Yeah, it all depends on tomorrow.
And then if we look at, because we're the top 3 leagues, right? So Insight A League has the highest score in the Insight A League. Oh, shout out to Phil, unfiltered, on a 603 at the moment. So he's projected for 809.
Yeah, I think he has Smith.
He has Tim David. He has Sean Abbott. And he captained Matt Short. So
yeah, right. He was
well
talking
played,
about
Phil.
Before in the WhatsApp,
He'd be pretty happy with that, wouldn't he? Ian Johnson is beating me at the moment. IJ's had a really good week this week. My captaincy's bailed me out, but he's got the Chief, he's got Rogers, and he's got Stoinis. Chief is captain.
So the news around Stoinis' hamstring, does that concern you?
Yeah, a little bit coming into the bye. He's always been a little bit injury prone, I guess we could say. For me, as soon as I saw the niggle, usually, and you know horse as much as anyone, hammies, they're that niggly injury that just never goes away, and they, you know, it's very easy to redo a hammy if you don't rehab it properly. So I feel like if they rush him back and it was an actual hamstring injury or an issue, he did say it was cramp in the post-match press conference that they did. I don't know whether I believe that.
I don't think I believe that.
Oh, that's a very nice shot from McSweeney. That could nearly be in the upper deck. forward of square as well.
He scored it.
Haskett's getting some tap here. He's gone 4-4-6 to start this over. 1 for 29 off 1.3. McSweeney is absolutely taken to Haskett here off the back foot.
You don't get cramp from making 4 with the bat and bowling a couple of overs.
Maybe he didn't have enough electrolytes, mate. Didn't have his hydrolyte before the game.
No salt. 89.
Only 89.
Oh, it's probably about right.
Probably short side, wasn't it? Made it look a little bit bigger than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was short side.
Good to see McSweeney back in the test squad too, lads.
Oh,
great. Yeah. It's good to see him get another opportunity. Getting that opportunity in the subcontinent will be the big challenge for him.
Yeah.
Completely different game over there. So I'm hoping he grabs that opportunity and holds on to it because Kawaja's, one tour, 2 tours away from retiring, you'd naturally think.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he probably goes after the Indies. I doubt he makes it to the Ashes.
Well, Australia got 6 tests left until the Ashes.
Surely he's not playing the next Ashes.
Yeah.
I doubt he makes it to the Ashes.
You would think that they'd start looking for an opener now, though, wouldn't you?
You would, but maybe that's why McSweeney's in the squad.
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie Overton, the big fella there at extra cover.
What was I going to say?
Yeah, we're yet to see Jamie Overton. He hasn't bowled any of the overs with the new ball, but we can naturally assume that Overton will bowl this next over.
He usually does.
You
the first
would
over after
probably
the power
think
play.
so.
Yeah. Him, or will it be Lloyd Pope and then him, or the other way around?
Yeah, I reckon its spin will be in the next 2 overs, and then probably Overton will bowl the other one.
Yep.
One thing we did just quickly brush over with Nessa coming in as opener that sort of took our attention away. Matt Short did not bowl the first over.
That would be the first time all year in a game that he's played in that he hasn't bowled the first over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Haskett 1 for 35 off 2. It's not great, but he's had some good balls.
Yeah, he got a wicket. So
you know what though? 1 for 50 off 4 overs. The strikers were 1 for 6, none for 60.
62.
Yeah, the run rate's about the same at the minute.
So while it's a long way away, I'm not saying that it's within the realms of possibility, but they're doing a good job just keeping up with the run rate at the moment.
Yeah.
The challenge will be
themselves in it.
Yeah. The challenge will be now that the fielder's back on the rope to still find the rope or go over the top.
Yeah, that's right. And we saw how regularly Matt Short hit the ball over the rope, not just to it. So that's what you're trying to keep up with.
3 in a row.
I mean, look, Doggett isn't really the guy that's going to be bowling at the back end of the innings, is he? So they're probably just trying to get as many overs out of him at the front end.
Yeah, right.
Legend asking if they can let Nessa back in at 7. I'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Give him another crack.
I'd like it, yeah.
IJ's got a bolter bet on that Matt Short doesn't bowl. Anybody want to take that one up?
No.
Nah, too risky.
I'm not touching that.
I'm not touching that.
Doggett's been good since he come in, hasn't he?
That first game he was flying. Yeah.
I'm still struggling to understand why he wasn't picked after he was made available out of the test squad.
We all sort of expected this.
Oh,
was there an edge on that? Nah,
it's just a sticker playing up or something.
Oh, I'd want to see that again.
Good shot.
Yeah, we sort of expected this. We all, have watched Shield games over the past 6 months leading up to BBL, and Brendan Doggett was Australia Rays, and his Shield team's best bowler or at least top 2 bowler for most of their innings, and he didn't get picked for the strikers straight away. It was a bit surprising at first.
Yeah, you don't get picked for Australia without being decent with the red ball in hand, do you?
Yeah.
We haven't seen Buckingham either.
No, it's just been Doggett and Haskett.
Shot.
That's a great shot. Full shot.
Couple of runs.
Lloyd on the rope.
Big Lloyd.
Jeez, he makes the fielding look tough.
Every team's got the one mud gut.
Yeah.
Nah, boys, he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
He's got the best.
Someone
beard
has
in
to
the
take
team,
the
mate.
mantle, though, don't they? So maybe Lloyd Pope takes that mantle. Bring Mark Cosgrove back.
Oh, mate, was he one of the
You love
most
him.
naturally gifted cricketers in
was so
Australia
good.
during that time?
Yeah, he was outstanding.
Oh, he had the best hand-eye coordination. Australia's version of Rakeem Cordwell.
Yeah, I was going to say Rakeem Cornwall. How good would it be to see him in the BBL? Surely, I think didn't he put his hand up to come into the draft? No one picked him up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
that's a cult figure right there. Get him over.
that sells tickets.
That would literally That would literally have all 24 million in the country watching BBL if he was in here, if he was over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But oh well. Deadly, I'm going to ask you first and then Braino while Doggett runs into bowl. One change that you'd like to see implemented in the BBL next season?
Build 6 more Marvel stadiums so that we don't get washed out.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to sort of go somewhere off the back of that. I don't know. Go to Nath first because I've got no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, tough question.
I've got one if you'd like me to go first.
Yeah.
I would love to see the BBL do something similar to Magic Round and something similar to what the AFL do in Adelaide. Play all the BBL games, say, in Melbourne over the course of a weekend or over the course of a week, and just have 2 back-to-backs 2 days after each other. Try and pile as many people into the stadium as you can.
The only issue with that is that it alters, I guess, the conditions of the field and the conditions of the pitch over time. You know, like when you're looking at it from a cricket perspective, you get 8 games or 8 innings on one pitch. That pitch would be a complete fucking Bunsen burner, like worse than Marvel by the time it's finished.
Think of it though; that's only 80 overs a day.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be too bad by the end of day 2.
Just depends where you play it.
Yeah,
because you can't play it at any of these suburban kind of grounds or the grounds that don't have regular cricket on them. You put it at the SCG, 100%, it'd last out. You put it at the MCG, it'd probably last. And that's where it makes sense. If you put it at one of those 2 big grounds, it might survive. I'd love that. I'd love the idea.
So the way NRL do it is obviously every single game at Suncorp, but the way AFL do it is they spread it over 3 different grounds. So they play it at Norwood Oval, actually Adelaide Oval, and one other one, I can't remember what it is. But yeah, they spread it over 3 different grounds over those couple days. So you could do something like that, I suppose, just have 1 game on each of these different grounds across Melbourne or something like that.
Yeah, and you can split it, like IJ's saying in the chat, you can split it across 2 grounds, you know, 2 and 1 at the MCG, 1 at Marvel the next day, or SCG into NG, which is doable. Don't mind it. Braden's asking, is there merit in a BBL expansion? Add 2 new franchises, or is the depth not there to support it? I don't think the depth is there.
I don't think so.
I think if we had the support of our international marquee players that are coming across that would stay for the whole tournament, I would love to see. We've got 2 Melbourne teams, we've got 2 Sydney teams. I'd love to see another Perth team. I think you've got the Wacker there that's just been rebuilt, and then you've got Optus Stadium, whether you field a team at one and a team at the other. And I'd love to see a New Zealand team come into it. I'd love to see our friends across the ditch put in a team and be a part of our competition. Because really, I know it's a long flight from, say, Perth to New Zealand, but it's quicker to fly from New Zealand to Melbourne than what it is Melbourne to Perth.
Well, Damo's in the chat saying that apparently before the season started, there was a report that all 8 teams were in support of an ACT team.
Yes. We did speak about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, cricket's big in the ACT. Obviously, Monica would naturally be their home ground, right? We already play a fair bit of cricket there.
Do you remember when Merv Hughes played for the ACT Rams, was it?
I can't remember what they were. Comets?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, that might be their footy team. I can't remember.
Comets sounds right.
Comets. It was the Comets.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice shot there from Jack Wood. Starting to get into his innings a little bit here. 16 or 14. He's had a little bit of a look. He's seen Lloyd Pope and he goes, yeah, I reckon I might take him here. He's gone over cover. Definitely. I don't think he got it all. That's a drop catch there from whoever's at cover. It's gone straight through his hands. Not one mitt on it.
Dog it, I think.
And that should be a catch.
That's got to be gone, you'd think.
Oh, that's straight up in the air.
Oh, he's
No,
top
it's
edge
not.
that for
Oh,
6.
it's gone. Oh, well,
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Wood has just achieved his strike rate bonus.
SuperCoach with DR. What a
Good
night.
When you
work,
leave
JR.
the horses for courses, you're in
You
for a
just
big one.
naturally succeed.
Mick, who
Traded
are you
out Matt
trading out
Short.
next week?
Look what happens. I traded out Jack Wood. Look what I traded out Jack Wood this week. Look what happened.
Yep.
I traded
That's
out
what I mean.
Cooper Conley this week. Look what happened.
Oh,
I'll tell you who else I traded out.
Yeah, go
I'll
through
bring
the
him
whole
in.
season and let's look at
Yeah,
who
who
you
you trading out? Bringing them back in.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't want to cry live here. So hang on. So I traded out Jack Wood this week. I traded out. Here it is. So I traded in Nessa, Overton, and Abbott,
Right.
Sab
and
did well.
I traded out Cooper Conley. I traded out Jack Wood, and I traded out Wes Agar.
Wes Agar's a good
Alright,
trade out, so that's fine.
I'm bringing Agar back in.
I've got him still. I held him.
Bringing him back in, captaining him.
I might loop him again next week now that he's
Yeah,
out of
who
the
you
horses
trading
for
out next
courses.
week? I'll be interested. I'll
Hang on,
come
I'll
to
find-
you the day before. Let you know.
So the week before, I traded in Finn Allen, Bethel, and Chris Green.
Yep.
And I traded out Overton. So I took him out to make cash to bring him back. Matt Short and Baisley.
Well, Baisley's disappeared, so that was a good trade.
Yeah, I suppose that's not a bad.
In saying that, though, he did get named in game 2, and there were some concerns there that Baisley could have been back in the team there
Alrighty.
long term after you
Well,
traded
From
him.
one
So.
cone
I think
to
I've been doing some all right trade outs before this week. The week before, Matt Renshaw, Paul Walter, and Fergus O'Neill I traded out.
Yeah, it's good. As we see Jordan Buckingham coming to the attack for the first time tonight. Huge raps on this bloke.
Yeah, I collected
Really
some game day squad cards of Buckingham. Real early
Yeah,
doors.
same.
Oh,
I've
good
got.
ball.
I reckon
a
I've
good
got a
first
gold
ball.
card of his.
Oh, he's played a bit of indoor cricket here, Jordan Buckingham, with a little
Yeah.
flick back there, doesn't he? A little slide into the flick back. And he's got,
Ooh,
you know what?
Does
He's
it
got a
in free
better
time?
moustache than Deadly, I reckon.
took the words out of my mouth. That's
That is a better
ripping.
moustache.
That's a ripping lip worm.
That's a beauty. He's gone.
No?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's gone. He's muted himself.
No, he just
Right.
went to get the clippers and shave it off.
I'll start again, eh? Nah, he's 24. I got 3 years. We're good.
That's true. You can. And maybe you'll get to half of what his is by the 24 if you don't shave it again.
Wow. Okay.
Good running there. Really nice running.
really
Good
good
depth
running.
touch. Just that ball barely got off the practice wickets and they've run 2 there. So beautiful from McSweeney. But Buckingham started nicely though. 2 really nice balls, bit back of a length, top of leg, middle and leg. Not much kind of room in the swinging arc there from McSweeney. We know that he's going to pounce on anything short.
Oh,
We've seen all innings he's looking for that back of a length ball.
tell you what.
28 off
Jordan
12.
Buckingham- I tell you what, Jordan Buckingham's media day photo, his mustache is gorgeous.
Oh,
Has he made it into the top 10 best looking BBL blokes, Deadly? That's the question.
Nah, his mustache is good, but
You're going to have to
doesn't
come
really
up with a top 10 moustaches in the BBL as well.
yeah, I'll give you that. I can give you that easy.
All right, perfect. Stay tuned.
easy. Are you going to do it tonight, or are you going to do it for our? Have we got one more live that we're doing?
I think we'll give it a crack in round 9. I think there's a game
Yep.
that starts at about 8:30 or something, 8 o'clock in round 9.
Let's have a look. I'll look it
It's
up.
Perth
right
game
now.
from memory.
Yep.
8:15. Perth
Okay.
versus Adelaide.
Yep.
So we get to see Matt Short score another 100 in
Actually,
round 9.
The game
And we can all be
watched-
owners?
The game we watched before. Oh no, Thunder one. Okay, never mind. I was going to say we basically made it into a. I thought we would better make it into a knockout. Strikers versus Perth. They both win, and then we watch them play in the final.
Yeah, you don't want to bring up the word knockout in the Sydney Thunder after the last game we commentated
Oh,
with this. So.
yeah, that's a sore spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, BBL is over in 8 days.
It's
Yeah,
gone super quick, hasn't it?
SuperCoach,
It always does.
yeah.
Always
it
goes super quick. And then we're straight into football.
yep.
Footy.
Back into the stuff that we're prepping AFL and NRL stuff longer than the BBL goes for.
Yeah, that's right.
Between the seasons.
I mean, we started podcasting, didn't we, for BBL around late October from memory? So we had about 6 weeks, didn't we, of content leading into the season. And that was the longest 6 weeks ever, just waiting for a game of cricket.
Yeah, it was.
I traded Matt Short in and out of my team around 37 times, I think, in that preseason.
Yeah, the conversations back and forward. And it wasn't until it was really the last day, mate, where you've gone, nah, I'm going without him.
Yeah.
And me being the ultra confident person that I am, I said I'll catch you at the top of the standings one day. And it couldn't have been any more incorrect.
That was the same sort of thing for me. I as soon as Finn Allen got announced to come over, I was, I'm picking him at Perth. And then I decided I wanted to make Jason Berendorf my love child straight away, so that meant I couldn't afford both of them. So Matt Short had to sit.
Tough. Look, I still think fading Matt Short, you get ahead at the start. Everyone, they're definitely a win there because you would have lost a little bit of cash. You would have
been a complete. If you traded him in for the first time this week, you would completely won.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Jamie Overton comes on to bowl his first over.
So far, I have my captain has scored me 308, and then the rest of my team has scored me 169.
All right, so my whole team has scored 314. So Matt Short needs 6 points to catch me.
I've got Spencer Johnson with 5, Jack Edwards with 4, and Joel Richardson.
I'll comment for you, Mick. Hold on.
No.
273.
Yeah.
Well,
but I've got the Chief. The C on the Chief.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you have got a few tomorrow. So.
Yeah.
See, now I've got mixed feelings because I'm anti-potting the Chief. You know what I mean? I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm proper anti-potting the Chief.
He has just gone to pull that through square leg, and it's gone to nearly 4 at extra cover.
That's come off the toe of the bat and gone.
Typical Jack Wood.
Nearly gone for 4.
He has middled the toe of the bat and run 3.
Very impressive. Good bats. What bat does he use, Jack Wood?
Show us.
I'm
Jack
not sure.
English
He hasn't
Willow,
got too many out of
sure.
the wood though. Out of the middle.
Yeah, well, I'm fading Chief too, captaincy wise. Anyway, I'm going Tommy Rogers tomorrow. I'm confident in it.
Oh, it's close. I think you saved that though.
I think he's good here.
Tommy Rogers might be a good shout on that Marvel Stadium wicket too.
I'm going for Tommy Rogers. Yep. It's going to be the play that catches me up. I don't know. Couple
He's
hundred
60,
points, I hope.
60-odd%, nearly 70% owned in the top 1%, though. He's the fourth most owned.
But no one's got him captained.
No, that's true. Good pod captain for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
I don't know whether you can go against the Chief, though, can you?
I'm going to. Well, Chief's 30% captain in the top 1%. Tom Rogers is 1.5.
Oh, that's spicy. I was doing everything I could to get Tom Rogers in, and I was 8K short this week. Shattered about it.
Spewing.
I could, if I went Overton tonight and didn't get Matt Short, I could have had Tom Rogers, but I'd be pretty upset. So
you'd be very upset right now, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Just got to ride your luck when you get it. That's a beautiful shot through mid-on.
Oh, no. Jamie Overton's getting angry again.
Yeah, he's going to start picking some fights again. He's gone 2 in a row. We're going to get the hat-trick of Jamie Overton picking fights with the batsman.
He's picking fights with his helmet when he got bowled earlier. Through his helmet.
Yeah. He's nearly picking fights with himself, though, to be fair.
Bad ball, though. That's in the slot. That's in the slot.
You can see how he just keeps his eyes on the ball and his head over the ball all the way through. Like even then, he just watches the ball onto the bat. Such a nice batsman to watch, McSweeney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jasper, would you captain Maxwell if you had him?
Not at Marvel.
I wouldn't risk it.
Not when he's not bowling.
I don't trust it still. He still bats low. Yes, he's good. Yes, it's Glenn Maxwell. But the role is just shit.
Dan Lawrence is not there anymore. And Curran isn't there yet. So
I was going to answer a question before. Someone asked, do you reckon the Stars change anything? Yes, Dan Lawrence leaves. Who do you reckon comes in? Another Quick, or do they replace Quicks? Because Brody Couch has been named in the squad now. Same squad
I'd
as
say
last
naturally,
week.
I think Couch comes in, personally.
Just straight up for Lawrence, and they just push everyone below up
I
one.
think so. Hilton Cartwright's been batting 7. Like,
Yeah.
he's way too good to be batting 7. Like, obviously, Curran bats 7 when he's in this team, and they bat a little bit short. I think they probably just go a little bit light on this next round.
Hey, stats man, I've got one for you if you can look it up for us.
Yeah, go on.
The last time what happened?
Oh,
They just
hit
threw the ball
straight
back
at
at
Stubbs.
Stubbs.
I thought he was throwing it at him.
The last time the Stars won 3 in a row was 2019.
Yep.
When was the last time the Stars won 4 in a row?
All right.
Because if they win tomorrow and then they win their last game or last 2 games, they could play finals after being 0-5.
That could be the greatest comeback of all time.
A better comeback than Johnny Farnham. Jack Wood's done an okay job here.
I thought they were running there. Was that Jack Wood or McSweeney coming back for 2? It was McSweeney. I thought he was legging it there. It would have been out by half the pitch.
For someone that's not
10 off his first.
Yeah. For someone that's not seen him that well, Wood's doing an okay job here, Braino. 29 off 23. I mean, you need, nearly 14 and over now, but there's wickets in the shed. If they can make the turn at, say, 110 at the 10 over mark and leave themselves 140 to get in the last 10 overs, they'll still see that as doable.
It's a very Ollie Pope innings, I'll tell you that much.
Bit of David Warner about it from last night, maybe. Except I feel like Davey, and look, I think I'm
Mick,
pretty.
Yes,
your
mate.
stats a bit, I'm just going to shit all over your stat again. They did it last year. They won 4 in a row.
The Stars,
Yeah.
they finished bottom last year. They only won 2 games.
2023, 2024.
They couldn't have won. They only won like 2 games for the year.
They beat
finished
the
bottom.
Sixers. They beat the Canes. They beat the
Let's have a
Strikers, and they beat the Renegades.
Darcy Short getting the spin overs here first.
And he's got Wood straight away.
Yep, plum in front, absolutely salmon. There is no way no, you do not review that.
And he's reviewed it.
That could not be more out.
I don't know if I'm wrong here, Mick, but that's what I'm saying here. They won 4 in a row and didn't win another game the rest of the season.
I'm having a look.
From Boxing Day last year, or 2023. Boxing Day the 28th, New Year's Eve, and January 2nd. They won all 4.
God, this could not be more out. Surely.
Is it out, is it?
It's
this is the worst. This is worse than Shane Watson would not review this. This could be the worst review of all time.
Is it that bad, is it?
It's so plum.
Every time I switch screens, it's like it stops my KO.
It's plum.
This couldn't be more.
Why would,
That's
of
wild.
all batsmen, Jack Wood use the review as well?
I don't know. I really don't know. He's probably like, fuck, I'm seeing him well. It's my highest score. I want to stay in. Pitched on middle, hits middle, goodbye. That could not be. That's the worst review ever.
That's the
worst review of all time in cricket history.
Review of all time.
Oh, dear. I'm only just catching up now. That's going to hit halfway up middle stump.
It pitched on middle, hit him on the back pad in front of middle, and went halfway up middle.
That is so bad.
And it was that slow. The ball's on its way back down again.
He's probably hoping it went under the stumps. 29 off 24 for Jack Wood. The problem with this innings is there were 10 dots out of the 24 balls that he faced, and you just can't accumulate that many dots when you're chasing 250.
No, thank you.
If you're not hitting it for 4, you're getting off strike. Simple as that.
The gorgeous ball from Darcy Short. Probably the first good spin ball he's bowled in a while.
It sounds like Tim Payne and Lenny called that as well to bring Darcy Short on. They seem pretty happy with themselves there.
Yeah.
You'd almost rather Jack Wood stay in, though, with the way he was batting from an Adelaide striker's point of view.
Yeah.
Matty Renshaw can hit a good ball when he wants to.
He's been all right this year. He's made a couple of 50s, hasn't he?
Yeah, that 90 not out was in a tough run chase last year for Matty Renshaw.
He has
the problem now
from halfway up off stump.
The problem now with anybody coming in here is that you're chasing such a big target. You don't have time to get yourself in. You've got to go from ball 1, ball 2, and I think this is where things are going to open up and you're going to see the strikers bowlers start to take a few poles here because you've got to be, what's the required run rate at the moment? They need
it's over 14 now.
Yeah. Got to score 15 runs and over to win this game.
As a Michael Nessa owner, is there any chance that he can do a mid-game trade and bowl against the Heat?
Okay, serious question now. Are we basically targeting anyone who plays the Heat moving forward for the last 2 rounds? Because I'd be interested to see who's got them in the last 2.
I'll tell you right now.
Let's have a look.
Because they have looked ordinary their last few games. So next round, the Heat play Hobart on the double.
And then Gate.
Okay. So Hobart we're going to be targeting anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
The Gades.
And then Gades, Chief, Rogers.
At Marvel too.
Most will already have them if you just hold them then.
And you're targeting them at Marvel.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll tell you what, load up on Renegades bowlers tomorrow if you can.
And especially that the very first game of round 9, is it Sydney Smash?
Yep.
Yeah, there's rain in that one.
There's going to be heaps of rain in that one.
Almost guaranteed. Which means then, I guess, we're talking Sydney Sixers, Sydney Thunder players there, right? Which, for the most part, we've got at least a couple of them off the back of the double. The Sixers have been one of the best teams this year.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean now? So Adelaide, Sydney Sixers play Adelaide at Adelaide Oval, which there's every chance they could be playing on this wicket again, or maybe another decent wicket, maybe the one to the left there that we just saw on camera.
Yeah,
looks another good pitch.
Used at some point.
Are we? I think Kai put up a really good stat in the chat saying that the average run rate per over at Adelaide Oval since BBL 13 is 9.27 or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
So teams are scoring at nearly 10 runs and over at Adelaide Oval over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So are we getting off our Sydney Sixers bowlers? I know you guys just bought Sean Abbott. You'd probably keep him.
I'd keep Abbott for sure.
Are we avoiding Sixers now and Thunder players?
Jed could possibly be one to go.
I hate to say it, but I kind of agree. I was toying with the idea of trading him out for Rogers this week. I didn't do it. I kind of wish I did.
He could be one to go.
Boys,
he's not. He's
you
not.
know how much I like him. He's gone.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
You're trading him out next week? Didn't sign him to a full year contract?
No, I don't do contracts at the Horses for Courses.
No.
He has let me down, and as the boys in the WhatsApp and ladies in the WhatsApp app will know, he hasn't performed. He's walking home. And as far as I'm concerned, he can make his own way to the last 2 games of the year.
He's been grounded. He's been grounded.
Yep. I'm taking the PlayStation off him. He's going to bowl some extra balls in the backyard.
Here first.
Yep.
The SC Horse has put his child on the streets.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Wow.
Be better, Jack Edwards.
He's not as expensive as he started as the season. He won't be, especially after scoring 4 today. But, there's still a little bit of value there, and you can probably take it if you got some decent cash in the bank and use it to get a decent bowler.
How many stars do you have, Horse?
I'll tell you in a sec. I think I've got 2.
You got Harper?
I have Harper and Stoyne.
Yeah.
That's not too bad because you can probably hold 1 and use as a loop. I'm assuming you've got Harry Manenti maybe, or...
I got Liam Scott.
Oh, Liam Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Scott. Yep.
So you can move on. You only have to move on 1. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to probably move on 2 stars next week.
And for the people in my position of having 0 stars and not worried about them, I'm going to look at to trade people who are playing those in that Sixers and Thunder game because I don't want to deal with the rain and I have plenty of them.
That's fair.
So yeah, a couple at least. Well, I have. How many do I have? I think I have 5 Sixers and Thunder players. I think at least 2 of them can go this week.
I've only got 1 Sixers player, and then I've got Chris Green, Wes Agar, and still Salzman just sitting there.
Oh, I have 6. Bench. Yeah, okay. At least 2's going this week. I have Sean Abbott, Jack Edwards, Josh Philippi, and then Sam Constas, Chris Green, and Hasnan.
I'm surprised you said his name. That's the first time you mentioned him tonight.
Oh, fucking... yep.
How'd he go, Deadly?
Oh, yeah, pretty good,
Nearly as good as all the Heat bowlers.
You know what it was? I wasn't going to do it until you sent that thing to our chat of the 3-wicket maiden. because I watched it before and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. Then I watched it again when you sent it and I was like, fuck, these are some incredible balls. I haven't seen nothing like this year.
And then and he's 3 years older and his actions changed and he bowls a bit slower now.
Yeah. Somehow he bowled better when he was 21 and now he somehow bowls slower at 24.
And
well, he
more
doesn't
erratic.
chuck him now. He doesn't chuck him now. So that's
I'd
a
rather him
start.
chuck him if he's going to take the wicket.
Yeah, I'd say the ICC had something to say about that.
No doubt.
Yeah, but look, Hasnan, cool. 1 week pod didn't pay off. I'm happy to just fuck him off. I don't want to deal with him anymore.
What did he cost?
152k.
Oh yeah. And how much did he score?
Fuck all.
Hold on.
Sub 10.
1, 2.
How many dots did he bowl? Actually, no, he bowled some wides, so take them off.
I looked at it after the game. He bowled 6 dots, 3 wides.
Oh, no.
For a total of 3 points.
So 50k per point.
Yeah.
Wow.
And some change. Yeah. Wonderful.
Here's a question for you while we've got a break there. At the 10 over break at the moment. They're way behind the run rate here. Question for you. Who's the one player that you missed this year? Like that you couldn't get on because you prioritized other trades and now you wish you went back and you got him?
Matt Short this week.
yeah, probably Matt Short this week. Nah. For me,
mine's Mitch Owen.
Yeah.
Mitch Owen I've missed. Dirt cheap, bat bowl all-rounder.
We spoke about him in the preseason, Braino, when he made that 70 in the practice match when it was the bowlers versus the batters in Hobart.
Yep.
And we both decided, we're not sure where he's going to fit in. And yeah, that's probably a bad fade by us.
And to be fair, he was just opening the batting. He wasn't bowling. There was no word that he was going to bowl. The lineup didn't suggest he was going to bowl. So for me, and the rule of thumb for me all year has been, I'm not picking batsman-only players if I can help it.
Well, I think I even had it in, the predicted starting 11 or the starting teams we did. We had him batting 4.
Yep.
And not bowling. So that would have ruled him out straight away for me. And then he got named to open. And it's just, you're sort of done from there.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't expect that opening role to keep up, especially after that first game where he looked very, very ordinary. And the second game is where he went ballistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, obviously they just stuck with him. Good on them. They've found a beauty.
Mine's a bloody boring one. The one I missed out on, but it's Marcus Stoinis. Spion, I didn't start with him, but what can you do?
Yeah. Look, I don't think he's hurt you by not owning him.
No, but he's definitely... I would rather have him and not have had to make the moves to try and chase back some of the scores that he's had. And I spent a decent time chasing the money that he made for people. I spent most of week 3 when all the doubles were on chasing money.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the game very quickly. I know we're obviously talking SuperCoach, and that looks like McSweeney's just been run out by Jamie Overton. So there's some points there for Overton captainers.
That's very close.
That looks out. He's long gone, I think.
Derek, he's gone.
They've taken the surge as well. First ball of the surge here. They've gone and run out the in-form batsman 42 off 23 rocks. That's just horrendous.
Buckingham bowling first over.
He's almost ready to swing his bat at Renshaw as well there. He knows he's done.
That's awful. That is awful.
He's done.
Yeah, Gone.
And that's a really good example. We talked, I think last game we were talking about the wicketkeeper getting in front of the wickets, and who was it that night we were watching who fucked it up?
Billings. Tommy Wicketkeeper.
Billings
for the Thunder. Yep. Fucked it up by getting out too far and being too far away from the wickets. Oh, it might have been Matty Hurst that did it.
No, it was Hurst.
Matty Hurst.
Yeah, it was Hurst. That's the perfect example there where Kerry was still, basically his left foot was still next to the stumps. That's the idea of it. You get your body out and you take a big lunge out forward and try and just minimize the amount of distance between the ball and the stumps.
That's how it should be. I don't know why all these pommies insist on doing the stand in front of the stumps and throw it back thing. They all do it. You watch every single one of them. Duck it when he's keeping every now and again. Ollie Pope does it. Everyone does it.
I tell you what, though, from on the ground, that was an unreal throw to the keeper's end.
Very good. Big, strong boy, though, obviously, Overton, so he can just put one up.
Boy. Yeah.
He's a strong boy.
Well, if there's one batsman you want to come in now for the Brisbane Heat, it is Maxi Bryant.
He's gone back-to-back hundreds in SuperCoach as well, ladies and gentlemen. So he could absolutely pop off here.
140 career strike rate as well. Doesn't miss the middle often.
I'll tell you what, he's just dead batted that, and it's flown to cover.
The difference, unfortunately, in previous games has been that he's had time to get in.
Yeah, he had a few balls to get in. And
can he do that from ball one?
That's now he's got to come straight in, power surge, 11 balls left in it, straight away he's got to go.
Yeah, you've got to take advantage of the surge. You've just gone and barbecued your best player. Your in-form bat at the start of the surge.
He's no Shafane Everstein Rutherford who doesn't care what ball it is. He's smacking for the fences.
And also doesn't run. So Shafane Rutherford's not getting run out. The man doesn't run.
Nope. There's a lot of Josh Brown about him.
Yeah, there is a lot of Josh Brown. Josh Brown named in the squad, back in the squad for the Renegades tomorrow night.
Yes,
so we might see the Mudguts out for one game this round.
Who's in and who's out for the Gades, Braino?
I put it in the
you've got it.
late mail chat before.
Yeah,
they've made 4 changes. So obviously Laurie Evans left. They've brought in a Zimbabwean all-rounder. What's his name? Give me 2 seconds.
His name is Mayayi. I can't pronounce it properly, but Muyeye.
Yeah, Mayayi. Yeah.
Moi.
And they also brought over, I don't know what nationality he's from. I'm assuming he's Pommy, but Peake, his name is. He's the other.
It's not young Oliver Peake, is it?
Actually, that might be it.
He is an absolute superstar, underage superstar. He's been making hundreds in district cricket in Melbourne.
Oh yeah, he signed with Melbourne Renegades.
He's been signed to the Gades. Yep.
He was the captain of the Australian under-19 side. This kid is one you are going to want to watch. He is unreal.
Yeah,
he only just got signed today, Oliver Peake.
Yeah,
so
signed 4 hours ago.
Yep.
Yeah, he's unreal. I'll give you the hot tip.
He saw last game the Renegades played, got injured, and he's his replacement. So he could potentially, maybe get a game. They've also dropped. I don't know if they've probably dropped Gurinder Sandhu. They've dropped Crone. So they've got at least one of these guys is debuting. At least one.
So how do we see these guys lining up then? You got Jake Fraser McGurk, obviously. He's not going to go anywhere. Seifert at 3.
Seifert at 3.
And then you've got Bethel at 4. I mean, does Chief come up the order?
Yeah, I wouldn't actually mind
5
Fraser
hard
McGurk.
because no and no Wells. Mac Harvey named? Mac Harvey isn't named. He's injured or something.
I wouldn't actually mind Fraser McGurk dropping down the order.
But who opens? That's the thing.
Seifert?
Yeah. But
that's a beautiful shot from Max Bryant.
Still, you've got the same problem. It's just who bats at 5?
Fraser McGurk.
Marcus Harris, maybe if Fraser McGurk drops down, stays in.
Marcus Harris. Shouldn't ever play BBL ever again.
Yeah, probably not. But maybe Harry Dixon gets a run.
Yep, I rate that. Give him a crack.
Yeah, yep. Why not? And then you'd probably think Chief comes in at 6 then.
Yeah, Chief has to bat 6 tomorrow.
Then you'd expect Miyayi at 7.
Yep.
If he's an all-rounder.
Nah, Rogers at 7. Miyayi at 8.
Rogers, and then Rogers, O'Neill, Richardson, Zampa.
Yeah, I'd say so. O'Neill back in the squad. You'd assume that
pretty much O'Neill or Peake is your pick.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be O'Neill. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm really interested to see how Harry Dixon goes. I wouldn't mind him getting a run.
Overton back into the overs here. 10 off his first over.
Oh, inside edge onto the pad.
This is where Overton's really dangerous. These guys are going to have to force a pace against him, and he changes the ball up really nicely. He's going to take the pace off the ball as he just did then. It'll be interesting to see how Bryant takes him here because obviously they're going to have to go at him. It is the second over of the power surge, so they don't have time. They've got to go hard now. And this is where Overton takes his wickets when people are trying to go hard at him. He's a smart bowler.
Yep.
So the Heat are still sitting. So how are the Heat in 4th? I swear they've had an absolute shocker of a season this year.
They started out incredible.
They won the first 3 games, didn't they?
That's
and
right.
then they had the washout, and they haven't won since.
The strikers have struggled, obviously, without Matt Short. I think the last couple of games they've given up some points, but they also got done with Matt Short in the team because he was underperforming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although you would think
That's
tonight
out.
they're going to get a bit of a bonus with that
real
net
high.
run
That's
rate.
probably going to be caught.
No,
It's,
Oh, it's
there's no one
overhead.
back there.
Yeah, it's power surge still. Both mid on and mid off are up.
I actually thought he just hit that straight to mid off. I didn't think he got that much of it.
You know what I really like about these all these English bowlers? They bowl such nice out the back of the hand deliveries.
Yeah.
Every single one of them bowls so good out the back of the hand.
So
Tom Curran's
Braino,
back of the hand slide ball's nice. Sorry, Horse.
You played a bit of cricket in England. What's the biggest difference between the decks in England versus the decks in Australia?
They're
Would you say the
slower and
bounce?
lower.
Yeah.
There's just you don't get that zing off the wicket. You don't get that natural bounce, that you normally expect over here. You can get back of a length and it could sniff past your nose. You just don't really get that in England too much. It's quite, the wickets are quite slow and low over there. Obviously there's a lot of green pitches and we didn't play on first class grounds. We played on school grounds and stuff because I was only 16 when I went over there. So it's hard to comment too much, but I'll tell you the biggest difference going over to England is the ball because they play with a Duke ball. So the Duke versus the Kookaburra is a different world completely. Like that is incredible. Yeah, the ball swings a lot more. The Duke swings heaps, but I tell you what, as a spinner, I found it really hard to grip because the seam of the Duke ball really isn't as prominent as a Kookaburra ball.
Okay.
So, that was the biggest difference for me. I kind of struggled over in England, I think, to be fair. I didn't take as many wickets and kind of didn't perform at the level I would have liked.
Yep.
It was very tough. I did play against Joe Root over there, though. That was fun.
Okay. Did you get to bowl to him?
Yeah, he reverse swept me. The first ball he ever faced me, reverse paddle swept me for 4.
Wow.
Yeah, he was good back then too.
Probably already in the test squad at this point.
Oh, is that out?
Nah, off his bat.
It's off the bat.
Oh, they're running. That is very sneaky. That is like indoor cricket sneaky. Back in the old indoor cricket days where the bowler turns around. The bowler turns around to walk back to their mark and you steal a single in between. Those are
That's unreal.
I think that was off his bat.
Oh, yeah, I think we're... bat pad.
You don't see that too often.
No, you don't.
I like how ready they were for it. They went so quick.
Good over, though, by Overton. What's that? 7 off it with the leg by?
Yeah, very good over. See if he can close it out here. Oh, my goodness, that is large.
Is that on the roof?
That's right on the slot.
I'll tell you what, that had some height on it. Maxi Bryant gets under one. That was, I wouldn't call it a step hit, but that was, slot.
Pretty close.
It was in the slot.
For what Maxi Bryant's been doing the last 2 games.
You bowl such a good over and then you bowl something like that. That's just... not it.
3 for 122 off 12 overs. Let's take a bit of a check at how the SuperCoach scoring is going for the Brisbane Heat batsmen. And we see Kuhneman still on top, 74. McSweeney run out, 68 SuperCoach points. Nessa on 22. Maxi Bryant, he's now got his strike rate bonus. He'll jump up after that over. SuperCoach is showing 10, but he'll be up around 40 now?
He has no strike bonus yet. He's 16 off 6.
Oh, I thought he went to 22.
No.
Okay, so he's on 16 then.
Did he?
He's the only guy that can win this game for them. Simple.
That's
a good shot from Renshaw as well. Just a rank half tracker from Pope. Too slow. They're going to need to do that twice and over from here. They need what are we looking at here? 124 more runs?
Enough anyway. They're going to need a lot.
147 rocks.
Yeah.
3 a ball they need from here.
Do you want to answer that question, Horse? Why is Max Bryant not opening for the Heat?
He's a very good number 5.
Absolutely. And when he tried to open, he wasn't... he was good, but him at 5 coming in middle of the innings has just been another world of good for him.
Yep. The shine's off the ball. It's not moving around as much. It allows him to play his natural game.
Yep.
Oh, Renshaw again goes bang. 2 sixes off the first 3
really
balls.
Nice.
So Renshaw races to 25 off 12 balls. But you're right, Braino. They're going to have to do that.
Points.
Yeah. They're going to have to do that twice and over for the next 8 overs to even have a sniff.
Rank bowling from Lloyd Pope.
You mentioned Deadly. There was only 11 sixes hit in the Stars, 200 and whatever it was. The Heat have already hit 8 fours and 8 sixes in this innings alone.
Yeah. There was, I think I still have it up. Yeah, so Maxwell hit 22 fours. Joe Clark hit a few. There's 34 fours.
Oh, diving catch dropped by Doggett.
That's a tough one to take. That wouldn't have gone under.
Yeah.
That would have gone straight from the crowd. Wouldn't have got any sight on that, I reckon.
Sorry, keep going, Deadly.
I'm just looking now. I'll get the full thing. 22 plus 3 plus 4. 29 fours they hit and 11 sixes.
There you go.
Fielding there by Matt Short.
You think it's fair to say, Horse, that if the strikers take a wicket here, the game's over?
Yep.
These two are the only two that can get there, I think.
15.5 runs needed. You need some set batsmen in. These guys need to put on probably another 70, 80 at least for them to have a sniff, and they need to do it within the next 4 overs.
Yeah.
You'd ideally want to have 60 to get in the last 4 overs.
And next guy in, Tom Alsop, he can't really hit that big of a ball, if we're honest, compared to some other guys.
It's these two or nothing.
Yeah, and then after that, you're into the bowlers.
Who else have they got to come in?
Yeah, so Alsop. It depends when Munro can bat. But yeah, Alsop, and then straight into Bartlett, Schwepson.
Xavier Bartlett can hold a stick. He's probably the last of the hope for them.
Another 6.
He probably can't hit big enough for as long as these blokes can.
Lloyd Pope's gone the Daniel Sams experience times 2 here.
Back to it.
So he's gone for 40 off his 3 overs. Do you reckon he gets a 4th?
No.
You reckon Matt Short has a bowl?
I reckon he probably loses the over already because Darcy Short had the bowl.
It's just interesting to see because obviously the quicks have been going the distance here, but they've got onto the spinners as well. 23 off that last over from Renshaw.
Really, really ranked deliveries.
Yep.
Both these guys are good players of spin, though.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
Pace on slower. Probably be the way to go, at least for now.
Well, at least we're getting some runs scored. It's not really good for our bowlers, though, in SuperCoach, is it?
No.
No, God, no.
A bowler's a cop in the tap.
All right. So what do we got left to get? They've still got 15 runs and over to get, even after that 23 run over or whatever it was.
They're going at 11.15 and over, which is, that's no mean feat. That's impressive. Impressive run rate. Yep. They're on track for about 220. But it's not even going to get them close.
Even then, if they get 220, that's top 10 BBL scores ever.
I was going to throw that in, yeah.
220 got hit today by the Sixers, which is the 10th highest ever.
So I don't reckon we ever would have had a double game day where 200 runs or more were scored in each innings.
Nope. If they get to 200 here, that's all 4 innings of today.
Yeah.
Yep. That would be easily the first time ever.
So just trying to work out where the short side is. I'm assuming it might be Renshaw's long side, leg side.
So I reckon I'll go into the hip.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out where the long side actually is because I haven't shown a thing yet.
Oh, he has
chipped it up.
Straight up.
Should be taken.
Matt Short with the catch.
Coming around. Took it.
And we see Braino's eyes light up. The smile gets bigger.
Yes, smile on him.
I tell you what.
But Buckingham's probably been pick of the bowlers just on a.
He has been good, hasn't he? Yeah. He's been pretty stiff to miss out, but from what I understand, he did miss some of those games at the start of the season due to that side strain or whatever, the rib fracture or whatever it was.
The side strain he copped in Australia, right?
No, yep. I got a question for you blokes. Liam Scott wasn't actually named in the squad.
Yep.
Was that him just on the ground there?
It doesn't matter.
Because that's my loop. What about if he takes a catch?
No, it doesn't matter. The points
doesn't matter. As like the only way that a player that doesn't
If they bowl or
is not named in the 11 is if like the way the concussion sub happened last time, where they bat and bowl.
Yeah, Wybgen or whatever his name is came into the team. That's when it counts.
Yeah, and Ollie Davies. That's
good question for those at home, so they know that now.
That's a very good catch from Matt Short as well.
Yeah,
those aren't easy running over your head.
So this happened to me last couple of weeks ago. Joel Davies came on because he was 12th man, took a catch, and I was screaming about give him the points and whatnot. Obviously, I knew he wasn't getting the points. I wouldn't have minded him for the money because he still had a negative break even. I didn't think he was getting another game. But yeah, any subfielder you don't get the points for if they don't bat.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned when Harry Menenti got brought into the squad for old Weatherald this afternoon. I thought, fuck, there goes my loop. But thankfully he wasn't named and shouldn't be named, I would assume, for the rest of the tournament. So Allsop needs to kind of keep up where Renshaw finished, didn't he?
Yep.
You just don't have time to nurdle them around, even for an over. You've got to get going straight away. So I'm interested to see how he attacks Buckingham here because he's going to need to go at him. They've gone 1 wicket dot in this start of this over, which is probably going to chuck another run and over on top of the required rate at the moment.
Yeah, they still need 106 runs and there's 6.5 overs left.
Here's a bit of something different that the strikers haven't seen since even the first over. Is it left-right combination? Again, haven't seen that since Jack Wood got out pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible job burning that review. That was a Shane Watson absolute.
Not even Shane Watson would have done that. That is the worst review I've ever seen.
Oh, easily the worst. So we've seen the worst collision, the worst review, the best catch.
Now that you say that, KO replayed that collision between Bancroft and Sams tonight and showed Sams on the ground effectively unconscious after he got knocked out.
Yeah.
For me, unpopular or popular opinion, this is my opinion, I hate that. If that's a family member or someone and you see them getting knocked out again and you're bringing back a traumatic experience like that, be better. You don't need to show that again.
We said that on the night. We said that on the night. We said they've gone and multiple times throughout the coverage. Like, what are you doing? Like, apparently, and props to Seven, who, as soon as it happened, took the camera straight away.
Straight away.
And we didn't see it again.
They replayed it again tonight during the Sixers and Perth Scorchers game.
My biggest problem in the moment was straight away, as soon as you could see Sams was knocked out, they held the camera on him for at least 10 seconds.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, as soon as you see him with those arms up, that's just cut away. Just go to something else. Anything.
100%.
Call a different camera.
That's a wide.
That's also very true, Jasper. Yeah, they did it with. They showed a lot of replays of Cartwright's, which obviously we didn't know what it was, but it didn't look great.
No, how was the interview with Cartwright though? Like, he thought that he'd smacked his head on the ground.
Yeah.
Even though it showed that he didn't.
It was bad.
It would have been whiplash. That's what it would have been. He saw his neck get thrown back. So whiplash effect can't be good for anybody.
Anyway, back to the cricket.
He's all right though.
Good pointy by Damo. Chris Lynn doesn't want to field anymore. They've had him sub-fielder for 2 of the last 3 games.
Why not?
He's been sitting down too much in the commentary box.
Incredible over from Buckingham, just saying. Wicket from it, probably only 3 runs or something. And Darcy Short's come back in to bowl.
Big D Short. 1 for 6. He had a really good start too, didn't he? So
yeah, great first ball.
See if he can jag another here.
I don't know if this is the right move though. Personally,
I reckon it is.
I'd probably keep pace on.
I like the way that they're bringing the spinner that spins the ball away from the left-hander here. I think that's probably why they're doing it.
Okay.
But the problem here is that you're spinning into Max Bryant. So I can guarantee you the short side is on his leg side right now. I bet you that there is not one ball that isn't a wrong-un to Max Bryant here.
I was going to say, do you reckon there's a wrong-un?
everything will be pitching off, outside off, and it'll be spinning away, guaranteed.
Yep.
There's no.
Yep.
Oh, actually, no. It's the long side. So he'll be bowling leggies straight into into off.
So what have we got? We've got Haskett to bowl 2. Buckingham's got 1. You'd think probably
Overton.
Yes,
Overton's got a bowl.
2.
And he's gone to try and put it. He's going to get another wicket.
Gone.
That could be
Haskett
wicket.
with the
Yeah.
catch.
Oh, is that Haskett with the catch?
Haskett with the catch.
And
Yeah,
that's
right.
effectively
That-
ended the run chase.
That's
if
really
Colin
good
Munro's
captaincy.
If Colin Munro's not right, that'll bring Xavier Bartlett straight in.
Yep.
He really took the pace off that as well, didn't he? Really
They
made Maxi Bryant reach for that.
Yep.
And that's why Matt Short's one of the greats. It is great captaincy. You're right, Nate.
Jeez, imagine if you could just accumulate SuperCoach points if they had the same surname. You'd be flying.
That'd be nice.
I reckon
Maybe
there is
Darcy
at
would have
least
carried
one.
that.
I reckon there is at least one person out there that has accidentally traded in Darcy Short, thinking it's
Guaranteed.
Matt Short. It's have
Guaranteed.
to have happened.
I'll tell you what, 2 for 7, you wouldn't be complaining.
Oh, Munro's
Not at
in.
all.
Here we go. We'll see how he
Interesting.
goes. With
Swing
a
hard, son.
what was it? Dislocated finger?
Yep.
Fractured
Yeah.
finger? Yep.
Hopefully they popped it back in and he was all right. Usually there's always a bit of ligament damage
Yeah.
there once you pop
Yeah.
one out and can't get it back in straight away.
Yep.
Well, that's why I think he was holding his finger down there. I reckon he was trying to get it back in himself.
Yeah, and he couldn't. That's why he went off.
Yep.
It's a definite pain threshold injury.
He fielded.
You done many fingers, Braino?
Thankfully, never. No,
Okay.
never. Otherwise, it would have been pretty tough to bowl.
Yep.
But
Deadly?
no, never dislocated, never broken a bone,
I
never
broke
dislocated
one.
at all.
Broke one finger. Slammed it in a door when I was
I'll
younger.
tell you what, Jamie Overton's just taken the catch. And Darcy Short has
He's
3
not
wickets.
confident.
3 for 7 off 1.4. That's ultimate
is.
burglary.
And Colin Munro goes for 2. Or none off 2.
Complete waste of Colin Munro's time.
Yeah. Now Bartlett's definitely in.
Overton's collected 30 points in the field.
In the field.
So
Yeah.
big bailout there for captains. Should be a little bit happy with that. A bit of Matt Short about that, where he took that
Yeah.
pole and got a couple of catches whenever he failed with the bat. So
Very
Jamie
Maxwell-like.
Overton's doing a bit of the same.
Tell you what, 80 points for Darcy Short. Or 75 so far. Might be more because he's had
Yeah,
a few dot
that-
balls. Yeah.
That'll go up.
There was no benefit to Colin Munro batting there. Absolutely
No.
no point. You can tell how much pain he's in.
That's imagine today going Darcy Short's going to score 75 points with the ball and not bat.
Bizarre.
That's, yeah, odd.
Yep. So Overton moves to 44 that takes him to at the moment. So that's, what, if you're looking at a sub 10 score technically with his bowling, but you'd be okay. You can live with 44.
He's
It's
putting
not
on a bit of a spin masterclass right now, Darcy Short. This is great bowling.
Very nice bowling. I'm a bit concerned as a Matt Short owner that this might continue into future games, to be honest.
I was going to ask you that.
That would make
With-
this is really good bowling. It'd probably make it a bit of a worry now.
So Darcy Short is 106k. He had a break even of 89. He is a batsman only, but if he's a genuine chance of bowling 2 overs each game, does he all of a sudden become an option?
I don't think so. Just because something like this will never happen again. He won't
let's
take
remember,
3
back
and
when
bat
Darcy
7.
Short went back to back and got, the player of the tournament 2 years in a row or whatever it was, he was a bat bowl all-rounder in SuperCoach for a good couple of years, and he was the
a
best
good
player in
bowler,
SuperCoach.
and then sort of stopped. He stopped bowling.
They
for a
stopped
while.
using him because obviously he went from Hobart to Adelaide and stopped bowling. So,
Did they just give Matt Short the ball?
nah, I don't think so. I think they were just showing a replay
They're just
as
showing-
far as I can see.
Okay.
Showing Matt Short's beautiful 109 off 54 balls.
Lloyd Pope back in.
No, he's
Actually,
not bowling.
do you know when he waved the bat
No,
there to the
he
crowd?
is.
That was actually before he made his 100. That was just to let everyone know that Braino captained him.
That'd be nice.
Lloyd. And dropped.
Nah, it fell short.
I did it.
Haskett probably won't see out his overs. Overton needs to bowl this next one or the one after.
So Overton's only bowled 2 overs, is that right?
Yep. Overton 2,
geez.
Buckingham 3, Pope is about to bowl his 4th. That is one of the worst deliveries I've ever seen.
Lloyd Pope nearly missed the pitch.
So you'd lock in Doggett and Buckingham for 1 at least. Would you lock in Overton for 2?
Yeah.
So that's all of them.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
them.
Overton will
Lloyd,
bowl 2.
catch. Who caught that? Is that Darcy Short again?
That's Darcy Short. Wow.
Can't do anything wrong, can he, Darcy Short?
What's going on here?
That's
Xavier
bloody
Bartlett
unreal,
out
isn't it?
for a quack. And
Three ball quack.
In comes Schweppo.
he's had a game to forget, Xavier Bartlett.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's a genuine half tracker as well. Like, he's gone back, he's given himself room in the crease and hit it straight down Short's throat. That wasn't going anywhere else but down Short's throat.
Overton
Yeah.
captainers will be bloody hoping he bowls this next over with this tail end.
Xavier Bartlett
'Cause-
finishes the game on 14 SuperCoach points.
Yuck.
Tough.
Doesn't even hit his break even at 25.
Spencer Johnson finishes the game. He's still to bat, but he's on 5
Hey,
at
he
the
could
moment.
bat. Relax. Give Spenny
He's
a
on-
chance.
He's on 5.
20 off 10 with the bat. Here we go.
Is he in now, is he?
No, it's Schweppo. Spenny bats at 11 now because I realised how useless he is with the bat.
Oh, I'll tell you what, if you're batting underneath Sweppo and Kuhneman, there's not much hope for you.
Yeah, he had the very first game he was back. I think he got 9 off 6 or something, and then he just went duck next 2 innings he got.
Can't just see Popey out here. Someone needs to let Allsop know that it's a T20 game. He's 4 off 6.
He still thinks it's county cricket and he's opening again.
Let me tell you, the amount of fucking whingers that are on X at the moment saying, oh, BBL shit, it's full of luck. Matt Short didn't do anything for me. Now he got 100. Well, fucking pick him then. Buy
And
him.
Lloyd Pope gets another wicket, bowled
Straight through him.
straight through him.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nath.
God, that's
Yes,
a terrible
it's,
shot.
yes, it's a game of luck. Yes, all this, whatnot. But it all comes back around. There is skill involved in it. There is at least a somewhat aspect of knowing the game,
Absolutely, there is.
knowing the role, knowing everything like that. And
Conditions
then
of the pitch,
you,
weather.
Yeah, you make your own luck from that.
I'd like to think we've managed the weather particularly well throughout this
Really
year.
well.
Like,
Yep.
there's been instances where I know that players have been caught short by having players on field that ended up with a washout and things like that. So, we made tactical decisions to move on players, even though we didn't want to move them on because we knew that they probably weren't going to get a game. Like, I had to trade Xavier Bartlett out of my team and I didn't want to do it. So I did it though, because he wasn't going to get a game and it freed me up to make another move later in the round. So yeah, look, 100% there's luck. Absolutely, there is luck, and more luck involved in BBL SuperCoach and other SuperCoach formats. I agree with that, but I still think this whole 80-20 bullshit that's floating around at the moment is just so far off the mark. It's not funny. It's not 80% luck. I'd probably say it's probably 60-40, but it's not anywhere near 80-20.
Yeah,
I think the only
40
people
sounds
complaining about it are the people that obviously aren't doing that well.
I couldn't agree more. As someone that's had many failed experiments, you live and you learn. As Haskett gives his hat to the umpire here.
Haskett's get
No Overton.
No, there's no Overton.
Oh, was that maybe a replay because they're just showing? No way, that's his dad.
Oh, unreal.
Fuck.
Oh, get
Caught and
fucked.
bowled father son.
If you're saying his dad's just caught that, anyone who had the coverage on can let us know, because
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
they're
that's-
saying it. That's what they're saying. Apparently, his dad's name's Lloyd. Lloyd Haskett.
that's his
Lord.
dad. That might be the best thing I've ever seen in history.
That is sick.
wow.
That is awesome.
That's incredible.
His missus has just gone, get off me. The camera's on. Don't embarrass me.
That's insane. That's really, really cool. Yeah, I can see it now. They look pretty similar.
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
How
Imagine,
about
how
the
many
mum-
people are
how
in the
about the
ground?
mum
Probably
giving the dad the
20-something
cold
thousand.
shoulder?
20-something thousand at least in the stadium,
Yeah, that's
and the batter has to pick out your
Oh,
dad out of
you are
everyone,
kidding.
and he caught it as well, straight to him.
Tom Alsop has just hit that down to long on, and he's called no.
It's all right. They only need 100 off the next fucking 24 balls, and he's called no. That could be the most bizarre thing. That could be worse than the review.
That's unreal.
Tom Alsop's on 4 off 7. What have you done to fucking determine, like, to get the strike?
He has just put that up into almost the top level.
That's big.
That's come back to bite me in the ass.
No, but still, why wouldn't you run?
Oh dear.
Maybe Kuhneman would have hit that one for 6 and they'd be one ahead.
Exactly.
That was in the slot.
Because that was a step hit.
How many overs are left?
4.
So 3 after this, and Overton's not going to get... No,
Overton will bowl the next one in the last.
Okay, well, one of Buckingham and Doggett's missing one then.
Oh, and catch by Darcy Short.
Oh, you know what?
Hopefully
Don't
they
even worry
didn't
about it. They're going to end here.
Yep.
Benny, let's go, mate. Chase it yourself.
God, that's terrible. I mean, they were never winning. It's just the mindset.
Yeah. Too good. Strikers were too good.
Strikers were absolutely too good. I think I did say that they were about 80, that they'll win this by about 80. I think I'm pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close now.
At the moment.
I think it's
about
94.
94, something like that.
Big net run rate bonus here for the Strikers. They needed it.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Yeah, that's true.
They probably need a win out if they want to make the finals from here.
You send them back in, you reckon?
Oh, you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Send them back in for 3.3 overs.
Usually 158 is not a bad score in T20 cricket. It's not often you'd say that they're still nearly 100 runs behind.
This wicket's the flattest wicket I've ever seen in Australia. So
that's a good leave by Spino.
Probably call that a run. Don't call that a leg by. Don't lift your leg up. He's lifting the leg up. Okay.
Yeah.
He's hit that. He's blowing up about it too. He's like, that's one run.
Oh, it would be too. I need that for my SuperCoach score.
Yeah, Spencer Johnson's had an absolute stinker tonight, hasn't he? No good.
That's okay. But you've had some good weeks with him,
If we saw this deck before the game,
absolutely.
If we saw this deck before the game, we were saying every bowler's having a stinker on this.
That's true. And Spencer Johnson was good for us last week. We used his VC, so that was handy.
Yeah. I won't blame him for going bad on this deck. Look at it. Like the Heat have been ordinary with their batting, and they're still 160 with 9 down already in the 16th over.
Yeah, they've been very poor.
That just goes
interesting to see what the Strikers do moving forward with Henry Thornton, and whether we get any news on whether it's an injury or whether they've just straight up dropped him.
I think it might be just I don't know.
You guys might have dropped him. You guys watching Spencer Johnson tell the umpire he smashed it onto his pad?
Yeah.
And they still gave it leg buys?
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
He
smacked that down the ground.
Yes, Benny. Get
See if
back
he
on
calls that
strike,
leg buys
mate.
as well.
Beautiful. He's back on strike.
That's unreal.
Interesting. Very well set up for a very big night of Melbourne Derby tomorrow night to wrap things up for the round.
Yeah, there is.
I think there's a lot of big scores and a lot of poor scores. So I reckon we're going to see a pretty wide variety of scores this round.
Yep.
So it's really hard to get a gauge on what par is as well.
Oh, it's almost impossible, and even you probably won't even know until after the first innings of tomorrow.
Yeah. So at the moment, I'm on 499 with Sutherland, Maxwell, Harper, and whoever I bring in. So I've got 4 players left tomorrow on about 500. So I'd naturally assume maybe par will be around that 600, 650 maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say 600, yeah.
I'm probably going under par anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely going under par. I've got 2 players tomorrow and I'm at 314.
Spencer Johnson has creamed that for 4.
It's gorgeous.
Get us a little
just
strike
quickly
rate
back
bonus.
to Thornton. Sure, you wouldn't rest or drop someone who's literally third on the top wicket leaderboard right now.
Hard to say.
I don't know.
If
It's
there
not
was
like
more
he's
transparency
bowling bad
in the
either.
injury report that the BBL give out, then we'd know.
Injury reporting for the BBL has been putrid.
Oh, it's shocking.
The most poorly reported, and NBL is up there as well, to be fair. Very poor. Oh,
Wow. Spencer Johnson, 6.
Spencer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
on the
mate.
NBL, Nath. My mate texted me telling me that Tyro Harrison was concussed. I didn't find that out anywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere.
They put it
They
out
put
like
it out.
10 minutes before the game
Yeah,
was starting.
my mate found it out like 2 hours before, and that was all I knew.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so bad with some of these. I like the way the AFL do it. Just there's a few teams, and
It's just a better run sport. That's all.
yeah. What's the team in the NRL that just drops an injury report just for the sake of it every week? There's one. I can't remember.
Don't know.
Like most of them will drop injury reports every now and again. But
speaking of injury reports in the NBA, Miami Heat have their whole list as game time decision for the most part.
Always.
Every single round. Yeah.
The only
whole
legitimate
team-
one at the moment is Speno has just gone the ramp and got smacked in the arm.
Number 11 going for the ramp.
Oh, they're calling for the trainers to come out. This is not good.
Nah, he's fine. He'll be all right.
Did he even hit himself in the face?
Oh, he's ramped it straight into his bicep.
Oh.
That actually would hurt.
My team in this Yahoo league that we're all in.
Yep.
It's a straight hospital at the minute. I've got about 7 players on with the injury tag and about 3 on GTD.
That's good because it's a dynasty league. You get a decent pick next year.
I'm coming second. I want to win.
Oh, Spencer.
Oh, he's just hit another 6. He's going to
Sign
get
me
you
up for a
another
strike
6.
rate bonus, my friend. Please.
Wow,
20 off 10. It's happening.
Oh, that is a large hit. What is he doing
This
batting
is-
11?
This is the
putting
stuff
a
you
really
don't
sour
expect to
taste
see.
on how good Jordan Buckingham has bowled tonight.
This
Those
reminds
first
me
round,
of the
really good.
New Year's Eve Cameron Boyce and Brendan Doggett knock at the
Mm.
back
I
end
don't
of
want to
that
even
game.
hear about that. After
That
I
was
tried
Snoop
to
Doggy
voice
Doggett.
back out 1
That's
minute
gone
before lockout.
93 metres.
He didn't miss it. I tell you what, his arm mustn't be hurting him too much hitting him like that.
4.6.6 this over. They
Go
needed
one
Speno to open the baton.
Spencer and Nessa next time they chase 250.
Oh, they're doing a lot better than Munro.
I'd say we won't see too much of Munro if it's a bad fracture
Yep.
or a bad
Yes,
dislocation,
true,
ligament
but,
damage.
but if he does play, surely he'd be getting close down to 39k.
I want to see what Jake Fraser McGurk is if he fails again tomorrow because I reckon there's every chance he could be down at minimum price.
Colin Munro has scored a 0 at 59k with a break even of 40.
Oh, he could be minimum price.
There is every chance he's minimum price. No,
He'll lose
all right.
10k. He'll be at about 49, 50k.
They say
Jeez.
they've got his projected at 20 and he's losing 5k. So
10K
49k for Colin Munro.
That's wild. Remember how everyone captained him in the triple game week last year in round 1?
Yeah,
And he made 99 in that first
Yeah,
year.
he
good.
did. He went ballistic.
it's good. I'm pretty sure I captained him, I think.
Get for 4,
Speno's
Spenny.
just hit a 4.
Get the-
You
get the-
beauty.
You have got a
He's got the
strike rate
strike
bonus
rate
out of
bonus.
Spencer Johnson of all people.
I
good's
needed that. I needed
Have
that.
you got him, mate?
Yeah.
Mate, me
He's
and
gone
Nate
for
have been
20
on
off that. Buckingham's gone for
Spencer
20 off
Johnson
that
train.
over.
Yeah, he has. All off Spencer Johnson.
Oh,
Me and Nate have been riding the
that's rough.
Spencer Johnson train.
Yeah, we have been on the
VC'd him
Spenny train.
both VC'd him last week. Took
Yep.
it.
When he
I'll
misses
tell you
with the
what.
ball, he delivers with the bat. Our boy Spenny. Corey Blackledge in the chat bought Spencer Johnson this week. Beautiful time for him to
Yep.
turn up.
Yep,
Not
it's
with
a great
ball.
time. Mick's fuming, he can't believe it.
Out of
Ugh.
all the things in SuperCoach,
On a serious note, this is great because obviously, for Overton owners, because now he gets another over.
Overton captain is getting over.
Um,
At Kuhneman too, who probably won't survive.
But tell me, how annoyed are the strikers going to be, and potentially Tim Payne going to be when they walk off, knowing they've given them 30 easy runs here, and they're on the bottom. Their net rate, their net bonus needs
Tim Payne will be furious with it. Furious.
This could affect them potentially making finals.
Well, the way, Jesus, that's
actually they should probably, with a win, with a big win, they'd be back up in it. This could hurt them.
The way Greg Shepard talks about it is if you're going to win, you win big. If you're going to lose, you lose by a little.
Yeah, you learn to sort of step on the throat, don't you? When you're in a position of advantage like that. That's
Damo saying Scorchers have lost 3 in a row, but still have the best net run rate. Oh, well left.
Oh,
Don't you mess up our strike rate bonus by blocking a few.
Is this Spencer Johnson or has Steve Smith made the trip to Adelaide?
Yeah. Wild scene. Spencer Johnson up to 51 SuperCoach points at the moment.
He had 5 with the ball.
He's nearly overtaken Renshaw on 59.
Oh, Mick. That's poor, mate.
I am absolutely speechless. And how does he hit that over the top of fucking Lloyd Pope before? Lloyd Pope, he could have jumped and caught that. Instead, the treadmill, just running up and down on the spot, didn't want to stick his little porky arms up, and it's gone for 4. This is unreal. I mean, if you own Spencer Johnson, this is great. But
I can't believe what I'm watching. Yeah, you know what? It might be 8:20 now. It might be 8:20 now.
You know what? It's okay. That's SuperCoach. For those that have Spencer Johnson, congratulations. You've got some nice points here.
Just keep.
You know, for me, the one thing I don't want is Overton getting a junk wicket here at the end.
As
a non-owner. But I can guarantee this is the best situation for him. He's got 3 balls at Kuhneman here at the end of the innings. They're having a bit of a swing. Surely this is a free wicket for Overton if he plays his cards right.
Even if with that 4, even if he survives this over, Overton has no economy bonus. So just survive.
Oh, well bowled.
So you'd probably think Doggett bowls the last one? Yeah, have to be.
Yeah, it'd have to be. They only need about 65 runs off this last over and they can win. So 27,200 people in attendance tonight. That's really good turnout for Adelaide Oval. That's massive.
Yep, there you go. 27,200 and he's picked out his dad.
Yeah, that's
impressive.
How has he's hit the toe of the bat there for that ramp? How?
This is luck. This is the 80-20 luck.
The toe of the bat.
I can see where the 80-20 comes from now.
This is the 80-20. This is where you get some of that luck back. 100%.
That has middled the toe of the bat.
This is insane stuff.
Jasper spot on. That's a reverse block. Last over here. I'm surprised they've made it to the 20th, to be fair. I thought they were going to get skittled much earlier than this. So,
yeah.
And Braden's not a fan of Overton, which is completely fair considering.
That is valid.
Yeah, you spent up this week, unfortunately. But look, he's got another game next round. So let's hope he repays owners.
Darcy Short gets a last over.
Darcy Short to bowl the last over.
He deserves it. Get him 4-for.
Oh, there you go. That's a good stat down the bottom. Equal most sixes in a big bash match.
26. Wow.
26.
That is a lot of
helps
sixes.
when the square boundary is like 50 meters long, doesn't it?
And also they're batting on a freeway. So
yeah, there's not much sideways movement here.
That SCG boundary was so bad today. 49 meters to the rope.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my word. Matty Kuhneman. Stop it. Down on one knee.
They're going to reverse the order the next week, the Heat.
No,
next
round.
4.
No points on being not out, IJ, unfortunately. Don't hate that as a little +5, though.
I don't mind that as 5 points, but not out.
Then the bowlers...
You've already got enough points out of Spencer Johnson. Just be quiet for a little bit, please. He's not getting an extra 5 for a not out.
The The bowlers probably get too much of an advantage there, though.
Yeah, they do. And then do you get batsmen batting for red ink as well?
Oh, they're not going to go out there and pump up their SuperCoach score. I don't think they really care about that. Unless they play.
Yeah.
What? That's an oval.
Where has that gone? Oh, the treadmill. He's back at it.
Bloke's nearly running in reverse.
He runs really fast on the spot.
Yeah, nearly ran backwards.
Well,
good on him.
Oh,
how can you be puffing? You don't actually move when you run, Popey. Come on, mate.
How has that not been called a no ball, by the way? That was almost head level.
Are they going to get 200?
Strike.
Final 6?
Final
Spencer
ball.
Johnson on strike for the last ball of the match.
6 for 200. Come on.
Oh, surely you can't get another 6 runs out of him. He's got max strike rate bonus at the moment.
Take the record. Most 6s in a big match. Take it.
Oh, yeah, true. Come on. Gets him to 200 as well.
Oh, he's
good
it.
for it.
No,
it's not going to make it.
Nah,
it's
he's
out.
shanked. That's out.
Oh,
Buckingham.
got the catch.
Darcy Short,
Darcy
4
Short
for
has
15.
taken 4-15.
Well done, Darcy Short.
Spencer
That's actually really nice bowling.
Yeah.
He's bowled really well there. On a really flat wicket where every other bowler just got tapped everywhere. He's come on and got 4 for 15 off 3, gone at 5 and over.
And 114 SuperCoach points with it
Huge.
Yet to be updated. He might even get into the 120s, 130s even. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll run through the SuperCoach points quickly. We've got Matt Short. He's been updated to 164 SuperCoach points. Darcy Short with that last wicket, he'll pop up to probably 135 SuperCoach points with those 2 catches, 4 wickets, and economy rate bonuses. No, he won't because he didn't finish his 3rd over. Alex Ross, 79 SuperCoach points. Chris Lynn, 72 and did not field. Liam Haskett, 55. Lloyd Pope, 44. Jamie Overton, for those of you that captained him, 37. And Jordan Buckingham with 28. On the Brisbane Heat side, not as much going on. Kuhneman with 80, McSweeney 68, Renshaw 59, Spencer Johnson, he had 5 with the ball and he ends up on 57 SuperCoach points, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Swepson 46, Jack Wood 34, Nessa 22, and that's about it. Xavier Bartlett with a lowly 14. Braino, are you happy with the way your players went in that game?
Look, I'm never allowed to complain. I've obviously done well with my captain, so I'm not going to complain. Obviously, Nessa, his batting and Spencer Johnson's batting carried them when we didn't expect them. We usually get points from bowlers. So a little bit of luck there, obviously. But yeah, Darcy Short definitely carried my squad this game. After a really poor Scorchers Sixers game, I'm kind of glad that I crawled that back.
Deadly?
Probably not, to be honest. In the way that game played SuperCoach-wise, it wasn't good. Spencer Johnson, shit with the ball, good with the bat. Yeah, Nessa, I would want a lot more than 22, if I'm honest. And those were the 2 I had. So 70 points for the match from 2 premier bowlers of the game. It's not great.
Yep.
And for me,
what about the first week I don't have Matt Short and he pops off. So congratulations, me. And I bought in Nessa. So I lost about 1 million points. But you know what? That's SuperCoach. You live and you learn. You learn from your mistakes. You don't whinge. You just try and get better. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Braino, who's in the top 50, and we've got me that I'm about 1,000,000th. So that's okay. And then we've got Deadly, who's somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got plenty coming up on the Insight podcast. We've got our NRL man here in the middle, Braino, running the show there with Matrix and Whisperer. They've got lots of good things coming up with NRL in the coming weeks. Deadly and I, Skiddy and the likes, we'll be running the AFL. We've got plenty of team previews coming up. So if you follow your NRL, your AFL, your NBL, your BBL, whatever it might be, click like, subscribe, the bell. We call it a triple banger. Be a triple banger so then you know exactly when we're going live. Nath, what do you got for us?
No, just very quickly, obviously, with the NRL content coming, we've got a really exciting multidisciplinary competition coming, which is specific to NRL. So if you've ever played all 4 NRL fantasy competitions, being SuperCoach, Fantasy, Dream Team, and Mixer, which is the women and the men together. We're going to do a competition that combines all 4 of those disciplines together. So for anybody who played the World Cup last year, very similar in terms of the way that it's scored. So that's going to be really fun. If you think you know your rugby league and you think you're a fantasy head, that's going to be the ultimate NRL fantasy competition. And we've also got the World Cup coming back bigger and stronger this year as well. So hopefully I think we ended up with nearly 80 people in the World Cup. That's coming into the final few rounds now with NBL and BBL wrapping up. We'll have a World Cup winner. And then we'll start signing people up for the next year's World Cup, which is really exciting as well.
It's pretty tight at the top, Braino, I've noticed.
It's looking pretty tight. I think Kane Anderson's sitting up the top there, and I think Jake is pretty close as well. So it's a pretty tight race at the moment. We've still got, 3 rounds to go of 4 rounds of NBL and 2 rounds of BBL. Yep. So anyone's game, mate.
Deadly, you're doing some good work with the AFL, mate. You've just put together a spreadsheet for those of you at home. Deadly has gone through the top, not just 50 players in the AFL, the top 300 statistics-wise for AFL SuperCoach. You're going to want to get your hands on this, because if you're in an AFL SuperCoach draft, or if you want to know which players perform best wherever they are on the ground, dual positions, you name it, he's got it. He's put it all in a little document that'll be yours to use. The condition is you have to join our Patreon. It is free to join our Patreon. The link is below. Jump in there and the accessory will be yours. Have you got anything more you want to add, Deadly, before we knock off for the evening, mate?
That's about it. You've explained what I wanted to say. Plenty of exciting stuff coming on the Insight Network from everyone. NBA, NBL still kicking. Yeah, all these boys go off and do their own thing. And yeah, it's always a good time here, and just happy to be a part of it.
Yep. As we mentioned before, it is free to join our Patreon. AFL, NRL, BBL, NBL, NBA, you name it, it's all there. You want to be a part of our punters club? We're going to shortly start up a punters club like we have on our Discord in our Patreon. You want all the best information for SuperCoach? It'll all be there. It's free to join. Do yourselves a favor and jump in. There's plenty of good things, all things game day squad coming up too, Braino, but we'll let these guys know about that in the coming weeks. So let's keep them on their toes a little bit.
Yep, love it. Game day squad definitely going to play a big part in what we do in the footy season, but we'll wait a couple of weeks before we bring that to you.
For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, the guy next to me, Braino, legend, top 50. Let's hope he sees some green arrows this week. Deadly to the far right. Hopefully he's doing all right too. I'm the horse, and I'm just keeping the shit show together. And we'll see you in a couple of nights where we preview round 8. The Hurricanes double tomorrow night. You're not going to want to miss that. There's some big players you're going to want in your squad and some players you're going to want to trade out, not just because of performance, but there's weather coming as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you then.